are so many like things that are like, it's called the 1-2 mistake, where it's like one of those things, awesome, terrific, loved eating this, I should get another one. The second one, I regret everything. Why did I do this? Why do I do this to myself? And it's boba tea, donuts, hash browns, and um, uh, coffees, but only back-to-back coffees.
See, Taco Bell has a similar thing, but it's a 2 to 3 thing. Because like 2 of any Taco Bell item, fuck yeah, this is the best thing I've ever had. I need more. You get to the third, you're like, oh no.
Yeah, that's true.
I do agree. I agree. All right,
3
let's go
always
ahead.
sounds the
I always
perfect
get-
amount
I
when
get
you're
2
ordering.
tacos. That's it. Because I know if I get, like, legitimately, I know if I get 3, that's bad.
I get the Lux box usually, which has like 3, but it's like multiple items inside of it. So it's like fine.
I can never clear the whole Lux box. They always fuck it up. I have a bone to pick with Taco Bell. Taco Bell will give you a Lux box that's always 2 items that are the perfect size, but then they give you the world's largest burrito that's like packed full of just beans. And like, it's not that I don't like a bean burrito, but I really need to find out who needs a bean burrito that's this fucking big. Like I always bite into one and I'm like, I take like 2 bites and I'm like, that's plenty of beans. Like I know beans.
I had that
That's
experience
plenty.
too. I got a Lux box last week and I ate the 2 tacos and some chips, and then I took 1 bite of the burrito and I was like, you know what? I don't think I want this.
See,
No, I don't think I will.
I
Yeah,
don't
that was
think
it.
I
I didn't eat it.
Because it's always too much. It's always way too. They should swap that out for like. They should make the box cheaper and swap out that big ass burrito for like a loaded griller.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they
Which is
switch out
much
the
smaller.
Lux box all the time.
I'd even be like, it's just too many beans. Like, put more rice in it. The
Yeah.
bean to rice ratio is way off.
Give me like, don't just give me a pure bean burrito. Like, give me one of the, because like they have like that's what I mean, Cullen. It's like they always swap it around, but they always give you the same fucking burrito, or like the same like burrito that's just way too much of one thing. When we all know Taco Bell has amazing burrito options that aren't just like, you know, a gastrointestinal tract's nightmare. Just give me like a loaded griller, or like God, do you remember when they used to have like the loaded potato griller?
Oh, they still do.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's like the best thing to get ever.
It's awesome. Hello everybody, welcome to a very hungry episode of Burnout Culture.
You're thinking about eating
My
food. You're
name
thinking,
is
you're thinking, you're
GC,
thinking.
one of your 3 fantastic hosts this evening.
My name is Cullen, and I'm less hungry, but I'm still hungry. Let me know if my hungry hypnosis worked.
I'm Hayes, and the hungry hypnosis did work because I'm very hungry.
Yeah. I will be eating during this podcast.
Won't we all?
Yeah, probably. It'll happen. Anyway, folks, we got a tremendous week for you. A lot of stuff happened. A lot of stuff happened in the last like 2 weeks. We might have to talk about some not so great stuff. But I do have some fun stuff to talk about this week. How about you two? You got anything to talk about this week? Anything you want to summarize real quick? Hype up the podcast episode?
I've been playing Liza P.
Oh,
I can talk about it because preview embargo lifted for the
that's
Switch
right,
2
yeah,
port.
Yeah. I've also been
That's-
playing Lies of P.
That's the best Souls
Oh.
game ever made.
Yes. Yes.
I could hear Hayes's like happiness. Like, yes.
I'm like
It's so
shocked
good.
it's so good.
It has reminded me of how much when I beat Lies of P last year right before I went to China, actually. And I was like, I think this might be like the actual best Souls game, like better than the FromSoft games, with maybe the exception of Bloodborne. And now that I've played it again, I think it might be the best Souls game, period. Like,
Are you done with it?
Not
Like
yet.
on your replay?
Not on the replay yet. No, I might not like completely beat it just because of other assignments. We'll see. I'm
Yeah.
decently through it, but
I have beaten it as we've talked about on the podcast before, but I did not start a new playthrough.
you beat the DLC, right?
Oh
The
yeah.
DLC is so good,
Oh yeah.
and they straight up give you a Final Fantasy VIII gunblade in the DLC. Is just
I'm excited to
literally
get to
just a
it.
gunblade.
It's awesome.
I'm in chapter I think 5 or 6 right now.
Okay.
You're
It's
right
just
about
like
where the story is like about to
picks up.
really get good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like it's good before then, but you're at the part where it starts getting really good.
You're about to be introduced to things and people, and you're gonna be like, "Whoa, wait! This Souls game has like a narrative,
Like an
like a
actual
real
story.
one."
Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't
I
have
mean, I've
to
already
read the
noticed
item
that, which is really
descriptions.
cool.
Like you can read the item descriptions, but
Which I don't do. So, I'm glad they have like a real story now.
How is the Switch 2 port?
I don't know how much I could say because they're gonna patch it.
Yeah.
Like they're doing like a performance patch on day one. But as someone, granted, I play mostly Switch, so I'm not playing it from the perspective of someone who's done the whole dang thing on PC or whatever. But I think it looks good and I think it runs good. Hayes, what do you think?
I agree. Yeah, I don't know how much we can say. So
Yeah,
Mikael has a comparison thing up on RPG site right now for it. So like, go read that. But it's fine. Yeah,
I think we can say like the same thing, like because like Mikhail said, quality mode choppy, not really ideal. Docked performance mode, that's 60 FPS. Looks feels good. Well, you get a resolution drop, but you could still tell you're playing the video game known as Lies of P.
Yeah. As someone who has played the original one completely, and I played it 1.5 times, I do not feel like there is a significant downgrade of experience here. Is basically what I'll say. But if you want all the specifics and stuff, you'll have to wait until we can actually talk about it.
Because
even though it's already a game that's out there, it's still whatever.
Oh, good. Good to know that seems to run well and that they're getting a performance patch. So if you have a problem with how it performs, it's probably going to perform better.
But even if you don't have a Switch 2, go play Lies of P.
Go play it.
Whatever system you have, it's on pretty much everything. Just go play it.
Yeah, you don't need to worry about waiting for the Switch version. Yeah. It's something you could just play now, and you should.
It is. I agree with the sentiment that it is the best Souls game that is. I think at this point it's number one for me.
It'll be very interesting going from this into replaying Elden Ring next month. Yeah, because I'm going to be doing that when it comes to Switch 2, and which it's funny because I think Elden Ring is the furthest I've ever gotten into any Souls game, but I think that's just by virtue of it being 1 billion hours long and the biggest open world game of all time.
I think Lies of P is also a good I know a lot of people who bounce off Souls games and they're always like, I still want to find one that I like because I'm interested in the Souls experience, right? And I think Lies of P is a good Souls game for that, for people who bounced off the From games. Yeah,
I'd say it has an actual difficulty curve.
Yeah, and they added the difficulty options in that are quite nice actually. I think they're tuned pretty nicely.
Yeah, especially because Lies of P is sort of a little bit more of a focused game in terms of level design, where it's a little bit more linear, which is some people knock it, and I agree. It is kind of a little bit whatever deflating to find out that the game is not as non-linear as a traditional Souls but But like for people that like just can't get into a Souls game and need something like that to sort of just be like, okay, this is simple approach to this kind of thing. Oh man, it's so good.
Mm-hmm. It's such an
God.
interesting example of like an adaptation too, because it is legitimately an adaptation of Pinocchio, the original novel, and like
Yes.
has deep reverence for the source material in a way that's very surprising, I think.
Yes, absolutely.
But it also has like its own
Abso-fucking-lutely.
interpretation of the themes of the Pinocchio story, right? It
It's
actually
funny
kind of
because
like
someone who
makes
doesn't
me,
remember Pinocchio,
yeah.
I'm like, oh, I don't know what's going on here.
it in a weird, because I'm playing it right now while I saw the Odyssey, and it's a weird way they're kind of similar because they are both like very like liberal adaptations of the source material that want to like transform the message into something modern but still have like a deep reverence for where they came
I know
from.
you didn't mean it. That was just like woke Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Be like, wait, I got it. Hold on. Pinocchio?
Wokenokio.
Wokia.
No,
Wokenokio.
no, Pinocchio.
Wokia. That's it.
Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Pinocchio. My favorite. So like, sorry.
Ace, what is your weapon of choice in Eliza P? You have one?
I stuck for a long time. I stuck with the starting weapon, the balanced one. I can't remember like the specific names, but you can choose between like speed,
Yeah.
power, and balance. I stuck with that one. I'm trying to remember. There's like a rocket lance that you get at some point
Ooh.
that I really liked, and that was like one of my go-tos. On top of the gun blade from the DLC.
I cannot wait to check out that gunblade. Everyone keeps hyping it up.
I can't remember what the lance is called, but that's the one that I really liked. But it's an interesting, Liza P is interesting because it has the weapon combination system. So it's like hard to.
What's so good?
It's crazy good. Yeah. So it's hard to like say exactly what my favorite weapon is because you could change it whatever you want.
I feel like that's kind of plateauing a little, like as I get more stuff and I like solidify what I like and what I don't.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the stuff I make. Like I've built like a great sword attached to like a wrench handle.
Yeah.
And it's just my favorite thing ever.
Oh, there's a hidden weapon that you can get too that I really like. That's like a golden like bow staff kind of thing.
Oh,
it's really cool. I don't want to spoil how you get it because it's kind of fun how you get it, but
It's man. You're gonna have a good time. You're gonna have a good time. You're gonna have a good time. Go play Liza P, everybody. I mean, I feel like we can. I think even Cosmo likes that game.
yeah,
that's rare.
And I missed it when it came out, and I played it later, and I was like, I couldn't believe I missed it, and I literally beat it the week before I went to China for like a Phantom Blade preview trip, and then the funny part is that the director of Liza P was on that trip, and I didn't realize it for like 4 days until someone told me. And I was like, are you serious? I've been hanging out with the director of Liza P this whole time, and I didn't know it.
Hell yeah.
And yeah. But then I got a picture with him and I got a signature, and yeah.
Fucking
See,
sick.
I think for me, it was like, I played it on launch and that first level, I was like, oh, this is like Souls for babies. Cause I think that first, like the opening little area is just not fun.
Yeah.
And it really had me convinced that the game did not have the juice. And immediately after, they're like, no, we're Souls.
Yeah. And it doesn't stop. It just keeps going from there.
I can't wait for you to get to the DLC.
Me too.
It's so good. Anyway, what else have y'all been playing? What else have the professional gamers been playing?
Been playing a bunch of old games.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I started Kingdom Hearts 1 again.
Nice.
Because of
I saw that. Yeah.
There's a bunch of leaks for Missing Link, and it got me in the spirit. And then I played Rise of the Argonauts, which was a
Oh,
very interesting experience. Not a good game per se, but a very interesting game. And I played a little bit of Lost Planet 3 as well. I had like a Xbox 360 bug. Where I was just like, I'm going to go back and play a bunch of Xbox 360 games that I never beat.
I think Lost Planet 3 is the one that my friend doesn't. I have a friend that's like a huge fan of Lost Planet
The
2.
sad dad one.
Right, there is a sad dad game.
Mm.
Yeah. I wonder if they've patched that to take out the Games for Windows Live requirement from 3. They did it for 2, but I don't know if they did it for 3.
What was the one that was like a Japanese exclusive on 3DS and PS3 that had an actual art style? So they were scared and never localized it.
A Lost Planet game?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know.
You didn't hear about this?
No,
Hold
I
on.
didn't.
You're going to hear the name going, oh, non-localized. I'm going to find it. Don't you worry. I'm finding it. No shot. I did not invent this game out of nowhere. No, I did not hallucinate this.
What are you talking about,
don't
Cullen?
think-
It's 1995.
Oh, was it EX Troopers?
EX Troopers.
That's it. Yeah. I forgot. I
Phew.
actually forgot that was technically a Lost Planet game.
I'm surprised Capcom hasn't tried to do like a modern port of that since everyone's in their like remaster era.
Yeah.
I'm honestly right now. I'm quite upset at Capcom. Oh, it is on Steam. I was gonna say I'm upset at Capcom for never putting Exoprimal on Steam, but they did.
Exoprimal, man. That game deserved better.
God, I want to play it. I want to buy it again and play it because I had it on Game Pass, but you know we're not doing that anymore.
I looked up
Mhm.
some gameplay of EX Troopers, and this game looks like not great.
Oh, what? No, it was awesome.
Was it?
I liked it.
I guess it just
Cullen,
like
you ever play Exoprimal?
visually has not held up all that well.
This is a 3DS game.
Yeah.
One day I'm gonna buy us each a copy of Exoprimal, and I'm gonna be like, get in here.
Don't worry
I will
about
play
that. You don't need
Exoprimal.
Let's do it. Let's fucking do it.
Those boss battles were like once in a lifetime experience, man.
Oh my god. I actually kind of fucked with like the way they were building up the story too, because it's also an anti-AI story.
It is, yeah.
Fuck, man. It's so like
That was
you
one of
can
those
tell-
games that it was like, this game is way better than it has any right to be. I like
Yeah.
that game so much that I platinumed it. And I am not someone that typically cares about platinuming games at all.
Neither, yeah. I want to go back to it. You can also tell that some of the stuff that's in Exoprimal, I feel like I think maybe some concept artist or some designer that worked on Exoprimal worked on the dad game.
Oh, Pragmata.
God of War.
Pragmata. Thank you.
I do think Capcom
Yes.
should bring back Lost Planet. Like, genuinely. I think they should.
Yeah. Oh my god, are you kidding me? That's like that's an underrated IP of theirs.
Yeah.
Like 100%. Or at least not one that was like that's like super talked about. But yeah. Ooh. So Kingdom Hearts, huh?
Yeah. I've been wanting to replay through the series for quite a while. And if Kingdom Hearts 4 is actually coming out next year, I don't know if it is, but I figured now might be a good time to just kind of like start a full replay, and I'll just kind of piecemeal through the games over the next like 6 months or so.
Well, if it's not out next year, you're not going to ever be able to get it physical.
Yeah, that's true. Unfortunately.
Oh, right. You want to talk about that?
We didn't talk about that last time.
Nope, we didn't.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you beautiful listeners have been paying attention to video game news, but for all the crap we've talked about Sony recently, it seems they've decided that they can somehow
They can go lower.
Yeah, they can somehow achieve lower standards for customer service and standards, and god damn it. Sony has announced that they are no longer including they're going to stop making physical games.
As of
They're gonna stop making
January
physicals.
2028, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that, yeah. As of 2 years from now, there will no longer be roughly 2 years from now, there will no longer be physical games for PlayStation, unless, oddly enough, unless their partners ask pretty please or something. I don't quite remember what the stipulation was, but after the PR nightmare that was them going, we're no longer making physicals. They were like, well, if like we'll make physicals for it if if people that we work with want us to make want to make physical copies of their games for our console.
I think it's
But this
like
was
previously printed, like games that released before the cutoff can have
okay.
reprints.
Okay, so they're gonna never do new stuff, but reprints are still
Reprints
possible
are on the
for.
table.
Okay,
And that
okay,
is
well
if
then,
you accept the idea that they won't just cave. Because it is deeply unpopular. And I mean, like, look, I'm not saying it's for sure that they're going to cave, but when no one buys the PS6 because it costs $1,000, I'm sure they're going to be like, well, what do we do?
I genuinely don't know, because like every analyst that I know, and not that analysts are always right, but every analyst I know has been like, they're not changing course on this. Like,
oh no, I mean, I'm sure for now they don't think they will.
I'm sure they fully believe that this is the right move. I I vehemently disagree with that assessment.
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
But
I do too.
but if you told me no, they're full on committed, I'd be like, I'm not surprised. Look at all the other things they've also full on committed. Speaking of which, in the wake of games as a service crashing and burning, Sony recommits itself. Is it Sony? It was Sony, right? Who recommit, or was it Square Enix? One of them.
No, Square Enix says it doesn't do anything.
Okay. Sony recommits itself to saying live service games are the future, and we will double down on creating more live service games. I guess that kind of goes hand in hand with not doing physical anymore, is making a game that cannot physically feasibly be made a physical copy.
Ironically, the PSN was down for like 2 hours this morning when the Marvel beta went live, which is good timing.
Which is a great example of why things being entirely physical is a bad idea.
You mean
entirely digital is a bad idea. You know, I guess this is sort of like, whatever you feel about this is sort of just really a conversation about how you feel about physical versus digital. But I've always felt that the physical versus digital conversation is about as dumb as the console wars like conversation, where it's like, it really doesn't matter which one you prefer. You generally want an ecosystem that has multiple ways of getting your games. And like, I do agree with people who say like the future of video games and like media is not physical. I agree with them. I agree that like physical as a concept, like analog devices, um, is sort of like slowly kind of being phased out, because it is cheaper to have digital media. It is more efficient. It is more convenient. It is all these other things. However, really the crux of the argument for physical games is that in their digital ecosystem, we do not have multiple ways to um purchase a video game. We do not have multiple ways of having those things, and we also do not have a we don't actually own those games. Those are what they consider perpetual licenses. So really, having a physical analog, like a thing that contains the data of that game on a physical thing that we own in our possession, is sort of like serving that purpose in a digital ecosystem that does not offer those alternatives to us. Um, and I think that's where a lot of the sentiment about wanting physical games comes from. Because if you told me, okay, there's no more DRM and you can just store your digital games on a fucking flash drive and run them off the flash drive, then I'd be like, cool, I will get a flash drive, put it on the flash drive, put the flash drive somewhere, and that's my physical thing, right? Because there's no difference between that and a CD, right? It's just a different form of physical storage, right? But that's not the world we live in. It's not the world we live in. And I think personally, I think the conversation between like physical and digital is sort of like a moot point, and it should really just be a conversation about finding better, having better, just having more consumer friendly options in the digital like environment,
Yeah.
which we don't have right
I
now.
think the other factors here is like, you know, obviously digital sells better than physical. We know that. That's not up for debate. But that,
Yeah,
I don't think that fact negates the argument for physical media, which seems to be like a lot of people seem to think it does.
it's
But alternatively too, like the cost of physical media production is actually quite cheap in the modern day.
mhm.
Oh yeah,
So
I mean they're in factories. There's like burn through those.
yeah. So
CDs are
yeah,
cheap.
yeah. It's the kind of thing where it's like, for a big company especially, it's like a consumer happiness kind of write-off basically that you could
Yeah.
do. I mean, you're spending pennies on physical production, honestly.
Yeah, I think it's like I think I read somewhere that it was like 7 cents to the disc or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's like because at the like Cullen said, like at the size that they're producing these things, the material cost is very low because that's how business works. Is if you buy a lot of material from someone at once, they they charge you less because they are making more money overall, and that's just how companies do business together. They go, yeah, okay, if you're gonna buy like 100,000 CDs to burn stuff on, I'm gonna give it to you at a discount because like I know what my what my profit margins need to be, and like I want to close the deal and I want to make sure that I close the deal. So here's an incentive to do business with me. Like that's just how material, like people who sell resources or manufacture those things, that's how they do business. Um, I think like the frustrating thing is like I had it in my head when you said something that like stood out to me. Um, oh, um, no, it's gone. I'm sorry, it's gone.
Damn.
It's gone. I
But
was gonna make like an amazing point, but it's gone.
a lot of people have pointed out that like part of the thing about canceling physical production is like with physical games out there, that creates a secondary marketplace that
Mm-hmm.
console manufacturers cannot control as easily as they can a digital marketplace.
Yes.
And again, we said this at the start, like when you buy a digital game, like you don't really own it. You're just leasing a license to play it, essentially.
Yep. And that's another great point of like that's the really important thing is like if you get rid of a thing that a distributor can give to a retailer, right? You're that's the end of like the secondhand market, but it's also the end of like firsthand markets. It's the end of like game stores. It's the end of like
Mm-hmm.
we saw this. I mean, we saw this when Amazon blew up and became like super like online ordering happened. Like brick and mortar places died out. Like we saw that happen in real time because they took out they removed the need for those places. So it's like it kind of like negatively contributes to like the ongoing economy. So like I sometimes I'll hear people be like, oh well, ending physical is actually good for them because of their bottom line and this and that. And it's like you said, it's cheap to make physical, but also you're killing an entire like division of the industry
Oh, they don't
that
care.
should exist. Like secondhand markets should exist. It should be possible to buy something used.
Yeah. And I also don't
Like
like we talked about, I don't love limited run, and we've talked about that before, but I don't, this change, I don't know that a company like limited run can exist when this change is
nope,
made.
nope. Unless and here was my like here's my like the cynic in me. I'm like unless it's like oh we're not doing physical anymore. However, we're still partnering with limited run games to do collector's editions.
Mm-hmm.
Cuz that's the other thing. What are you going to do with your collector's edition shit? Like you're not selling those anymore, are you? Because there's or now you're just going to sell them without a physical
We,
game and it's just going to be a
we
download
have
code in a
already seen
box.
some, like Square Enix has done
Yeah.
this, where they've sold collector's editions that don't actually include the game. It's
Well,
just
see,
the products.
because that I'm like of two like with actual physical releases, I'm of two minds of that because then it's like okay, if you sell me just the stuff, that means I can get the game on my own in whatever format I want. Because there are, like, for Final Fantasy Tactics, I actually, like, it was sold out when I went to get it, but everyone's like, oh my God, they don't even have the game. It's impossible. We literally can't get the game when we buy the collector's edition. I'm like, no, obviously the collector's edition overall is going to be cheaper because you get the game wherever, and then you don't have to wait to play your game for it to get shipped out. That's fine, but like, yeah, it's.
I would argue that when you order the collector's edition, they can just ask you what platform you want the game on and send you a download code.
Yeah, they could do that. Yeah,
I think they did. That was an option. But no, just people wanted to be mad. That was it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think once again we are witnessing the late stage consequences of irresponsible business doing. And like Sony, I mean, we'll probably talk about the Xbox stuff too, where like Xbox is like slash and burning everything and anything that it can while like insisting that everything's fine. Sony seems to be Sony seems to be going, no, we're gonna keep doing the same thing we've been doing. It's gonna happen. Like, Sony seems to be caught in a sunk cost fallacy, where it's like we gotta make, listen, Marathon 2. Let's make it happen. Except you can't because you fired everybody.
Oh yeah, they did that, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
I'm really glad I bought that game.
Yeah, right. Everybody that you love, everybody that made that game what it is now gone, which is really funny because a lot of the people that are on that game weren't the people that worked on Destiny. So it's like even warming up to the new people working at Bungie, or the people who were left over who then had to take the reins and like actually put out something like really cool. Even they're not safe. Even they're gone now. Like it's so hard. We'll just talk about everybody got laid off. We didn't talk about it last time. Everybody got laid off.
Yeah.
Everybody got laid off.
Or is going to get laid off as well.
Or is going to get laid off. If you know someone in the game industry, no, you don't. No, you don't. That guy works at an accounting firm now. Okay. It's like I have this feeling, I don't know if y'all might share it, where it's becoming harder and harder for me to root for the people that work at these companies. Not because I think they're bad people, but because it's like I no longer want, number one, I don't want to get attached, and two, I no longer trust that the people who are going to take credit for the thing that comes out are the people who actually worked on it, if that makes sense. Where I'm like the door is revolving so quickly and the staff is rotating so quickly that like I'm finding it difficult to recognize the people that work there.
Yeah. I mean, even with major AAA games, like even by the time a game comes out, a significant portion of the people who worked on it were either contractors who are on to the next project or cycled through the studio, or like, so there's a lot of the time, not all the time, but a lot of the time, there's like a small portion of the people in the credits who are still actually at that studio actively making the next thing.
Yeah. And like, I know that was always sort of like the case. That's been the case for a while. But like, I feel like now it's so transparent and so like, it's happening so quickly and so often. I'm so aware of it now where I'm just like, I don't know whether to be excited about this thing anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like it just kills it almost like damages like the appreciation you have for the medium.
Yeah.
In a weird way.
Well, it doesn't help when, like, with the Xbox layoffs, like the last 3 weeks, we've seen Xbox trot out all these like positive PR points that just happen to coincide now with like Obsidian's making a new Fallout and we're remastering New Vegas, and here's Halo remastered, and here's backwards
It's so-
compatible games on PC, and
It's kind of like morbidly funny that like you can tell that they just came up with all this bullshit out of nowhere, because it's like if you had all that and it was an exciting announcement, you would have announced it at your showcase and not in a big paragraph on a basically like apology text form.
Yeah.
even though
Yeah.
Todd Howard tried to say, "Oh, this has been the plan for years at Bethesda."
No,
Okay, Todd.
Todd, you're full of shit.
God.
But yeah, so it's Double Fine's independent now, right?
Yes.
And
they went independent.
Compulsion's independent. Was
Yeah.
there? And they just won an award too at the Games for Change Awards. They won Game of the Year there.
I think if Microsoft was not very clearly holding on to Obsidian so tightly, like for dear life, Obsidian would have also gone independent.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's because Obsidian can be the Fallout factory, right? Like that's the only reason they're still there, is because they can make Fallout games.
Yeah, and Bethesda obviously is screwed because it's too big of an entity to let go. That would look terrible. Double Fine can leave because the last thing Double Fine made was what?
Keeper. Or no, Kiln. Kiln was technically the last thing.
Yeah, and you know, the Microsoft stopped caring about like indie aesthetics a long time
Pretending
ago.
to
So
look good, yeah.
Have you seen that clip of Matt Booty at Double Fine?
Yeah.
They talk about moonlighting like that. I've seen that clip has come up a lot the last few weeks.
Fucking God.
But yeah, I think an important point is that like we're not necessarily gonna, the games that come out this year and a lot of the games that come out next year will still probably feel fine, but there's so much systemic knowledge and longtime employees that have been lost from so many of these studios that like when games start coming out in 2028, like I think we are going to see a noticeable dip in quality simply because the resources aren't there. The manpower's not there. The people that have been there for 3 decades are not there. One of the people that got laid off at Bethesda was an artist who's worked on Elder Scrolls since Morrowind.
Yep, that pissed me the hell off.
So it's just like, and it, it's not like Microsoft has been especially bad, but I'm not about to say they're the only ones laying people off, obviously. But
no,
things have been decimated to such a degree across the industry that I think we are going to see a very noticeable dip in quality at some point.
Yeah, I mean, I think people forget that making video games is very similar to trade work. It's the trades.
Mm-hmm.
It is digital, but that kind of work, programming, art design, concept art, fucking game design, sound engineering, all of that stuff is very much a trade. It is very much the kind of thing that when you go into it, you need, or it benefits to have someone who knows more than you do, who can guide you in solving these very specific problems and like show you how like an abstraction of this thing can be found in a lot of problems you encounter, and this is how you can solve them in an efficient way. And like that's not knowledge you get from school. That's not knowledge you get from like just doing a thing. That is knowledge you get from speaking to a person who spoke to a person who spoke to a person ages ago. And like that information gets passed down when you have long time talent working for you.
Yeah.
And I think like people really discount that in the video game industry. I think people don't want to view video game work as trade work. And I think they're sort of wrong to not see it that way. Like a lot of this stuff is built on the backs of people who came up with a very clever way to solve something, and they've just passed that information down across generations. And when you've broken that chain, it's going to take a long time for people to rediscover and reconnect that last link to the new ones that you're trying to form now. And
That's the thing that
I
got
fully
me.
expect a lot of crap to come out in like the 2030s.
That's the thing that
Oh,
got me
yeah.
about, like, when they announced the Fallout games last week. I saw so many people that were like unquestioningly excited, like, "Oh, this is what we've wanted for years." And like, first of all, like, I don't I don't know that we should really be excited at the first place given what's happening. But even past that, like, who's making these games? Like, so many people have been cut, so many longtime people. Like, it is not the same
Yeah.
team making these games. Like, the people making, presumably, let's say Obsidian's Fallout game is New Vegas 2, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
almost a completely different team from who made New Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. But it's like the names. People don't care. Like that's
But,
the reality of it. No one fucking cares. They're like, "Oh, product."
I believe what I said when the news came out was it's like even if it's a completely different team, right? Okay, fine. It's Obsidian. The top dogs that are at Obsidian have been there for a while, so maybe they can lead and they have experience making RPGs.
Mm-hmm.
But I said, okay, it's a new Obsidian Fallout game, and entirely the worst time for one because it's a safety net game, right? It's a break glass in case of emergency game for entirely the worst reasons.
Yeah.
It's because Microsoft's PR has gone
Yeah.
into the
If
tubes.
like if Xbox was serious about a new Obsidian Fallout, it'd be out now.
Yeah.
With
But
the show.
because you've announced a new Fallout game, assumedly an Obsidian Fallout game that people have been asking for a long time at the worst time for the worst reasons, it has the worst expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants this. Everybody needs this game to be a perfect 10 out of 10. No one is going to be happy with a Fallout, Obsidian Fallout game that is not like the best game that has ever happened ever. Like, period. You literally need to like impress people to the point where they forgive you for everything else and they forget everything else, right? So already you're set up to fail, right?
Mm-hmm.
That means the worst consequences for the people that work there because there's no fucking way they're going to meet the expectation, neither the corporate expectation nor the audience expectation. They're just not going to do it. It's just not going to happen. Like you said, those aren't the people that made Fallout.
That's
They're
like,
going to make
like trying to build a table while you're like
Drunk.
Your house is burning down, essentially.
yeah. Like it's not going to happen, right? And they're not paid enough to do that. Neither are they given enough resources to do that, to work the miracle that is making the greatest Fallout game of all time. Like it's just it was literally like it is literally a PR pop that is going to be a PR negative in like the next 4 years or 5 years when it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just not it's not going to work.
It's the same thing with like they put backwards compatible games on PC this week, but like the guy who is the main architect behind the backwards compatible feature
He's gone.
he got laid off. So like they have his work that they can now use, but what did he get for doing it? He lost his job. That's what he got. It's just a grim
industry
state of affairs all around. And it's we kind of mentioned this before, but like these are only half the layoffs that Xbox are doing. Half of the layoffs are still to come, and no one knows who's getting hit. So like all of the people who are now working at these Xbox studios don't actually know if they have a job. Like
yeah, because
they have a
the
job
next
for
half is
now,
gonna be
but
like
yeah,
at the end of the year.
yeah.
It's absurd.
And as happens with a lot of game industry layoffs too, I saw a lot of people who are like, the press knew that I lost my job before I knew that I lost my job. And that's kind of how things happen right now.
It's just it's gross.
Mm-hmm.
But also like this mass layoff shit is a permanent stain on you as a company. Because when you think about it, sorry, audience, my food got here, so I'm going to sound like I'm eating.
The
I
eater.
apologize.
Mm.
So what you're gonna have now, right? Anytime, I don't know if you said this while I was grabbing the food, but anytime you announce something, you know what someone's gonna do, as is their due diligence to do if you're a journalist out there, they're gonna find out if the guy that did that for you still works at your company.
Okay. You are right in a proper world. I know like Hayes and I are kind of in these circles. Just given though how like journalists are responding to the news, I think the bar's kind of been lowered a bit.
Yeah. Well, because it's another thing where like, I don't want to like I'm obviously not going to call people out, but like there are a lot of people I saw last week talking about how disgusting the layoffs are and how sad it is, and then unironically put out a review this week saying, "Hey, the Halo remake is incredible. It's one of the best remakes I've ever seen
ever, and I love it, and it's perfect in every way."
With not a,
and
like if you want to review Halo, that's fine, but
no, it's not. But like, you know,
okay,
whatever.
yeah, you're right. Yes,
You should feel
but
bad.
at the very least, you can put something in your review about what's going on right now. That is
You can turn it into
that is
a
the bare
journalist practice.
minimum of what you can do. That is no effort to do that. And it just is like, I don't know. And, I worked for a big site and I was in that position at some point where it's like, I have an expectation of my job to do something. And I get how that is. But at a certain point, it's like, I just don't know how much more you can look past,
If I'm allowed to be more of a hater though, the actual bare minimum is using your fucking eyes and seeing that the AI slop Halo remake is fucking dog shit looking.
Yeah, because apparently everyone forgot that they used AI in that as well.
Hey, they're really like, it's AI driven.
Yeah.
So again, you'll see people who are like, AI is ruining the tech industry. It's making parts cost more. I'm moral and I'm just. And I'm like, well, you see, Anniversary Edition was like really bad. So that's why this should exist. And I'm like, no, you're fucking spineless.
That's a really bad take too, because it's like,
hey, switch the graphics.
The last remake of this game was bad, so they should have done another one.
That makes no goddamn sense.
That is a very cynical way to look at remakes.
The last remake of this was bad, so I'll forgive it for using AI tech.
And I am largely more positive.
My experience was poor.
I think I am largely more positive on remakes as a thing than most people, but like
we both are. Yeah.
But like, come on.
It's like a shittier looking Halo 1 with all the multiplayer cut. Mm-hmm. That's like what, $50, $60?
Is it really $50?
I think it's $50.
Good God.
And the big thing is, but you could buy it on PlayStation. But also, guess what? After we announced this, we got a new head of the company that is no longer putting anything on PlayStation.
I mean, at this point, you have to go out of your way to get around talking about the bad things Xbox does. Like, you have to go out of your way to not talk about BDS and not talk about the layoffs and not talk about the AI and not talk about the studio closures. Like, I mean, it is harder to not talk about them at this point than it is.
That's just a deeply unserious, like, industry.
Yeah.
And I'm not even talking about the games industry. Just like I don't know. I think more press need to have fucking backbones.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, if there was like, I'm trying to think of a game Xbox published recently that I was actually bummed that I could not play. For this example. And ironically, I'm struggling. But let's just say, a new Obsidian game. Let's just say a new Obsidian game came out and it's the best game ever.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say that with any recent examples because they haven't made anything good in a couple years. But still, I could at least be like, damn, but like it's really good. I feel bad for covering this, and maybe BDS, blah 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 blah. But the people making this game, they made a good game. You're gonna do that for the fucking AI Halo remake that is obviously shitty looking. Like, come on.
I was at that point already when I reviewed Outer Worlds 2 when that came out, and I was already at the point because we had talked a lot at Inverse about like none of us are really comfortable covering Xbox. We don't want to do it, but management still wanted us to do it, and so like I wrote that review, but I put stuff in about BDS and about the context of the game, and like it became a problem with my editors, but it was already published. But I was even like Outer Worlds 2, I was already at that point of like, I don't really feel comfortable doing this. So like, if I'm going to do it, I have to put the context in. And that was like over a year ago at this point. And do you know how much has happened in that year?
Yeah. It's only gotten worse.
Yeah.
I think it's on the journalism side of things. I think a lot of games journalists and a lot of games media needs to remember that coverage is power in this space. If you're not covering stuff, a lot of that stuff sort of, I mean, we just look at any game where you're like, oh, this never got like the covers that it probably needed to be like a really like popular thing. But also like, coverage of a game, a review, anything like that's, if you're not talking about the stuff revolving around how the game was made, the company that makes it, then that's not journalism, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like it's not. It's just not, because you're not. It's a
Well,
review.
I think
right?
I think even like what we could do is like less people and less outlets need to call themselves as doing journalism, and that's fine. Like you can do what you want to do, you can write what you want to write, just don't call it journalism if it's not journalism, like I don't have a problem with that. If you want to write what you want to write, okay, just don't frame it as something that it's not.
Yeah and I also think like if you're somebody who wants to do good, I also think there's another mentality among a lot of like people in this industry where they don't want to rock the boat, they don't want to be the annoying person. And like, unfortunately, if you want to, for things to, for people to have awareness of issues, like if you're the kind of person that gets frustrated that nobody cares about something, but then you never make the effort to actually talk about those things on the platforms that you have, um, you're kind of like shooting yourself in the foot, and you're creating the scenario that you despise. And like, unfortunately, you do have to rock the boat. Unfortunately, you do have to be annoying. Unfortunately, you do have to be somewhat incessant with reminding people of the things that, these companies are doing, especially when it's about like a company that does massive layoffs and then makes an AI game,
Mm-hmm.
like, and I think that's unfortunately something that a lot of people don't want to do. They don't want to be the person that rocks the boat.
I mean, there is a reason for it, right? Like the
you want to keep
the
your
connection
job,
between PR and quote unquote journalism is real. Like people aren't paid off, obviously, but like,
but if
there
you
is
write a bad
there is a
review,
level of
chances are
access.
you don't get another copy.
There's a level of access in this industry that is a legitimate and real thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that is how the industry has been built and how it's functioned for decades. That's genuinely how it is. But like, and there's a lot of things that are like this right now, where like things aren't going to change if everyone is only concerned with keeping the status quo, right?
Yeah.
But also it needs a reevaluation of what exactly the status quo is. Because right now the status quo is you can keep your head down and write your little puff pieces as they want you to do, and not talk about the things like they want you to do, and avoid, pointing out things and performing true journalism like they want you to avoid doing, and you can still get laid off.
Yeah.
You can still lose your job.
Yeah, and
you can do all the right things and then still lose your job because apparently you're not enough of a cult of personality to keep your job.
That's the other thing. Like the media industry's been decimated, so it's like at a certain point, like, is it really worth it? Because like, I know from firsthand experience that you can do as good a job as possible, and it just doesn't matter.
Is keeping quiet worth it anymore? Is my question, right? Like, okay, you don't want to rock the boat, but you weren't rocking the boat, and you can still lose your job. So like at this point, wouldn't you rather be the person who rocked the boat and lose your job for a reason that's like something to at least be somewhat proud of? Like, or do you want to like eat your pride, swallow your pride, lose your job anyway, and then be left without pride or a job?
I think the other important distinction that I've seen this come up a lot is that, like, if you work in games media, you do not work in the video game industry. Like, you are not a part of the video game industry. You are part of a separate industry, tangential,
Adjacent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the game industry. And there is kind of a common misconception that I think a lot of people have in doing this kind of work, where they think of themselves as part of the industry, and that's not how it is. Like you, obviously you can identify with people that are losing their jobs and things, but you don't have you don't have the same stake that a developer does in these things happening, right?
Yeah.
You just don't.
You're an outsider.
Yeah.
You're an outsider to all that's going on. However, I do think the reason there's a lot of like the reason a lot of people relate is because a lot of games media companies are run like a lot of video game companies,
Mhm.
because a lot of companies are just ran like shit nowadays, and they're all
Yeah.
ran the same way because they all use the same playbook. That's really bad. So I get the feeling that you belong in that industry by virtue of it's ran almost exactly the same way.
Well, and it's easy to feel like you do because you get invited to preview events and like you go and play the game and you talk to the developers and hang out with them and get a drink with them, and like, they make it easy
on a boat
to feel that way. Yes.
Well, they want you to.
Yeah.
It's like the mob. They want you to feel like you're part of the family until they need to whack you, you know?
The video game mafia episode title.
Well, that'd be really good, actually.
That is
write
good.
that down.
Yeah.
Fat Tony decided that you're getting AI generated.
But that's not even like that far from. It's not even that far from the truth. Like, go watch we watched Goodfellas like a couple months ago, and like it is true. It is true. You get wined and dined, and you're made to feel like you're necessary and vital, and you're like, part of the whole whatever. And then like the minute you like push back in your own company or in respect as a journalist, being wined and dined by the games industry, right? Like in any of those like angles, it's like you're made to like you're given this like responsibility, and you're made to feel like this is your like, you need to be here. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, actually, because you decided that the banner should be red instead of blue, we think you're a threat to our fucking whatever. So you need to leave. And it's like, that's how it is. It's if at any, like, I've seen it. I've seen people laid off for like really big things where I'm like, yeah, that was like a huge risk, but like I've also seen people laid off for like the most like inconsequential like things to bring up and ask and challenge. And it's like, you cannot run any business being as fragile as being unable to get one piece of advice from someone that works for you.
Well, you know what I always keep going back to? There's no plan. It's all short term like pain. Just to like, just because in the moment a number on a spreadsheet raises by like 1%.
Mm-hmm.
There's no rhyme or reason. It's just that like finance bros got their way into everything, and now this is how every business is ran.
Yeah, that's also why like every time a game comes out now, everyone talks about the freaking Steam concurrent numbers. It drives me insane.
Who cares? Who cares how many people are playing the fucking game on Steam? It's a single player game. Who gives a shit?
It's all there's this whole culture. It's ingrained in the business. It's ingrained in the consumer side of it. That's like so much is about like numbers and about being part of it, and like even the experience of a new game coming out. There's so much FOMO that's wrapped up into like marketing and the way that we talk about games. We're like, you've got to be a part of it when it comes out, you know, you can't miss out. You can't wait 3 months to play this game because you're going to miss out on being part of it.
The industry's greatest trick was convincing consumers that they were a stakeholder in a company whose games they play.
Mm-hmm.
That is the video game industry's greatest trick, and that's why everyone cares about this shit and why everyone competes to see whose company is better, and they'll defend companies tooth and nail as if companies were people, um, because they have convinced people that the numbers and like the product and all of that is important, when at the end of the day you can get an experience like the thing you're playing right now from somewhere else. And I wholeheartedly believe that. I wholeheartedly believe, like we were talking about Lies of P being the best Souls-like game. I guarantee you there's a game that's just as good as Lies of P in that regard. We just don't know about it.
Mm-hmm.
Or we just, we haven't played it yet. Like, or it will come out somewhere, sometime. Like I think there is sort of like an instant gratification thing and an immediacy thing that has sort of poisoned the average consumer's mind.
Yeah.
And that's what you are. You're a consumer. I don't care if you're like, video games are art and like we can't call ourselves consumers if we appreciate art. No, you're a consumer.
Yummy, yummy, yummy. Put it in my
You're a
tummy,
consumer.
tummy.
It's commercialized art. You're a consumer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to not be a consumer?
Yeah.
Go to only play games that are made during game jams.
Well, commercialized art can still be art. You just
Or
gotta
pirate
realize the
everything.
context of it, right? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why you're a consumer,
uh-huh.
because you participate in the consumption of product to interact.
Yeah, I mean,
with
video games
commercialized art.
especially are like you've got to
They don't get
spend
more
at least
commercialized
you at
than
least have
that.
to spend $500 to be able to play a video game, basically.
Mhm.
Like whether it's
Mhm.
buying a PC or a PS5 or a Switch 2, like you have got to spend to play a video game. There's no other choice.
You are spending at least like 500 smackaroos
Yeah.
to even get through the door. And it's like, as consumers, it's just like I feel like we need to stop caring about the longevity of a company, and we need to start caring about the longevity of the medium.
Mm-hmm.
And I think people often confuse the two for being the same, and I don't think they are the same.
I
think I think the medium can survive without the mega corporations that buy up everything and then fuck everything up and take everyone else with them. Bigger, like I don't think one company's existence is a sign that the industry is doing well, nor do I think its closure is a sign that the industry is doing poorly. I think there's like so many more things, so we should be focused on the so many more things and the behavior of these companies rather than whether or not they are still in business. But yeah. Oh, so glad we got through all of that doubt. Oh, go ahead, Cullen.
I was like, this started as a segment about Sony. That's how like badly things are for Microsoft. That like Sony's fucking up over there, and like we're still turning around, like grabbing them by the collar. It's like, no,
you're here too.
Oh yeah, get back here, Superman.
You know what this is? This is you caught like your kids in a room and there's like a table with a broken leg, or like the room's a mess and you're like, clean it up. And both the kids are like, but I didn't do it. And then you have to be like, I don't care who did it. I don't care whose fault it is. Clean it up.
I swear,
it's like
so
one of your kids comes home like with an F on his report card, and it's like, this is like a really big deal. And then you find out like his older brother just shit all over the house. And we're like, what? I'm not happy with you. I gotta clean the shit up though. Actually, it's the younger brother. Why do I feel like what? I don't know. Microsoft, I guess, like it's besides the point.
Technically, in the video game industry, Microsoft is the younger company.
Even though I feel like older brother maybe works better because Microsoft is the bigger company.
It's funny.
Yeah. Microsoft has like a line of very angry partners in a line outside the door, because he didn't tell any of them he was dating the other ones. And now you have to put up with the yelling for the next like 72 hours.
Well, no, if you think about that as well, that actually does line up with Sony because apparently they didn't tell anybody they were cutting discs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, we're watching like the crash and burn, but as it's burning down, those companies are like smiling and going, everything's fine, everything's good. Hey, listen, don't pay attention to the burning building behind me. This is a controlled burn. Hi,
Look at the new
how are you?
Xbox
How's your
logo we put
day?
out.
Did they make a new
Wow,
logo?
Well, like 2 months ago, I think, right?
This is
Was it an
the
X?
building isn't burning
Yeah,
down.
it
We're
was
renovating.
it was a new X.
Wow.
And now you have to make sure you put all capitals Xbox in everything you write because that's the official formatting.
It's
They're
just
so
like it
fucking
must feel awesome to be Nintendo and just be able to just get away with anything because
At
your
this point,
competition is really good at the shoot yourself in the dick with a shotgun
I mean,
competition.
Nintendo made a guy pay them back for the rest of his life, and no one cares about that.
No one cares.
The dude's literally gonna
But
be
it's like-
paying Nintendo until the day he dies.
But it's like, how are we gonna even like? I can't even pay attention to that because like Sony and my Cullen said, they're shitting all over the house.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
have time to focus. Oh, you got called to the principal's office? Okay, listen, your brother Dookie diarrhea everywhere. Just you pick up a mop, please. God help me. Like
Diarrhea is strangely
no
relevant
time.
right now too.
I love it that like I'm on
Speaking
my
of Taco Bell,
my
and,
my health
being
kick.
true OGs.
Right now that I have to kind of put on hold because I'm too afraid to fucking eat salads anymore. I've gained a couple pounds since all this started. I'm so fucking mad.
Oh, I've been risking it. I found out about that shit and I was like, I'm eating a salad right
I was
now.
talking to a friend today about that, and like, ironically, like, I feel like Taco Bell is the place I feel like the safest eating right now because they were the most responsible about this whole thing.
They found it.
They're the most
FDA
trustworthy. Yeah,
They're on the ball.
yeah, and they removed all the products. Like, they didn't know what it was. They just took everything out, and like, I feel pretty confident eating at Taco Bell right now.
Yeah, it's actually one of the tricks you can do. Whenever you hear there's an outbreak of something at a place and they announce that they're removing it, chances are it's gonna be fine to eat there because they've already taken it out.
Mm-hmm.
But no one's gonna be there, and they're gonna be offering specials.
Didn't
Actually,
they do
Taco Bell
like
did
a
offer a special.
dollar and
Yep.
chorito or something?
A dollar. Certain menu items were $1.
I just wasn't in the mood for Taco Bell while they were doing all that, which is such a shame.
Sad stuff. But yeah, I'm really glad we got through like the dour part of the news that we were trying to.
It feels like you have another dour thing kind of in your back pocket ready to.
No, actually, I have only fun things to talk about. I've played some new games.
Okay.
I played I'm gonna save the more interesting one for last. I played Meccha Chameleon.
Oh, I saw Northern Lion. Well, okay, I didn't watch him play it, but I saw him make a bunch of videos about it.
So
it's the second best-selling game of the year now.
Okay, so for people that don't know,
is it friend
I
swap?
didn't know. It is, but it is friend swap in a very specific way. That is, so everybody knows what prop hunt is here, where it is a Gary's Mod game. Yeah, it's a Gary's Mod game for the kids. It's a Gary's Mod game where you can copy any object in the map of like a Counter-Strike map or like a custom map, and you have to hide from people who have to find you. It's hide and seek, but you get to like you're basically a mimic and you can mimic objects and you can hide that way, right? Meccha Chameleon is very much like that. But instead you play as like a Betamax looking guy. Right?
You mean
like a Betamax guy?
Baymax?
You're Betamaxing?
Baymax. Sorry, Baymax.
Baymax
like a Big
is
Hero
like
6
tape
guy.
system.
You're right. My bad. You play like a Baymax. I am an Unk as well. You play a Baymax guy, and you can the gimmick is that you pick a place in the map to hide, and nobody else can see where anybody else is hiding, so you can't like sabotage each other, right? It has a bunch of different game modes, but the basic one is you hide, and then you have to paint yourself and literally camouflage in the environment. Your base model is completely white. You have to like color sample from the environment and then paint over yourself to hide. And you would think, oh, that's going to be so obvious to find. It's not. It's actually kind of wild. And that's why it kind of like captivated me in that you can pose and do different poses and paint yourself or whatever. But like when you're the person trying to find people, and you're looking for people, it is actually really fucking hard to find people who are camouflage. I fully understand camouflage as like a real world concept now. I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. I understand the stupid military patterns on your outfits. Like, you have people painting themselves like red, just like basic red, and standing in front of a wall, and they are completely invisible to you while you're looking for folks. And it's a super fun game. And they already have like a bunch of like modded maps. It was really fun. It is friend slot, but it's a good prop hunt game.
Okay.
Which,
do you think the future of indie games is just going to be recreating Gmod?
perhaps Gmod with better features. I would like to show you a couple examples of like the way my friends were hiding. Unfortunately, the audience will not see it, but it's in voice channel chat. Um, you can get some fucking insane things. And like one of the favorite ones that my friend showed me, I didn't play this match. They were playing, is there's a Legend of Zelda map, and my friend drew themselves as Saria, and then
can people make their own maps?
Yeah, there's custom maps.
Oh, so it's Gmod.
Yeah.
This sounds accusatory. It's not.
No. You were spot on. And then they painted themselves as Saria in the Legend of Zelda map, and then stood in front of the actual Saria model that was on the map, and nobody saw them.
That is so funny.
And like it's really it's one of those games that makes you feel stupid, but also opens up your mind to like the wonders of the human mind and the pattern seeking brain, where it's like if all you have to do is like paint yourself brown in front of like a brown wall, and if somebody's like trying to look for you, they might not fucking see you like at all. It was really cool. It also has like a lot of different game modes that are all really interesting. And yeah, I actually, I obviously it is friend slop, but like I don't like a lot of friend slop.
No, me neither. That's why I was curious.
Yeah, I like Phasmophobia,
which is bad. Shocks me because you're a self-described baby.
Yeah, I usually like to be the man in the van, though sometimes I'll go inside because my friends make me.
I like Peak. Peak's fun.
I've heard Peak's good. Unfortunately, Peak was a bit of like coworker slop. Like all my coworkers told me to play it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, sure." And then I made a note like, "I'm not gonna do that."
Peak is good because it's friend slop, but it's not the same kind of friend slop, and that's sort of like that's the good friend slop. Like Among Us, that's friend slop, but that's a social deception game, right?
Yeah.
Every other Among Us clone is like, okay, there's like some interesting ones, but like ultimately it's like, well, Among Us is the one that you're gonna play, right?
So it's like, is Overcooked friend slop?
I would say it
that's proto friend slop.
It is, but it is a unique concept, right? So like, or at least a version of a unique concept that's done better than whatever it may be based off of. So like Lethal Company, right? Friend slop, but not a social deception game. Not a tower climbing game like Peak is, right? That's just that's cooperative survival horror almost, right? So that's its own thing. Peak is its own thing. This is its own thing. It is prop hunt, but it is prop hunt in a really fun way, which is it's not just copy an object and pretend to be an object, and then it all depends on how well someone's memorized the map. It is it is I'm going to paint myself or place myself in a very clever way, right? Where if somebody look closely, they can still very clearly see that it's me hiding there, but that's not the point of the game. The point of the game is to hide in plain sight, which is very prop hunty, but it's using a mechanic that is far more captivating than just clicking a button and becoming an object. And that's why I make an exception for it. So like yeah, like I don't know. I think Friend Slob gets an unfair rap.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be very fun, but I also think Friend Slop is those games tend to be cheap because they're also very short lived. Like it's like going to play mini golf, right? Um, like you pay the fee, you play mini golf, and then you never want to play mini golf for like another month or two or three or four, and like you're like, okay, I'm all good on fucking mini golf or like bowling. Like you go bowling, and then you're like, okay, I don't need to do that every day. I don't need to do that once a week. You know. Super Battle Golf is also a really good one
Oh, I've
because
heard
that's
about that
Mario
one,
Kart
yeah.
Golf. That one's awesome. I love Super Battle Golf. They added more maps. It's also a really decent golf game. Like it's also like really well, like the actual courses are good.
I'm interested
Like
in
you can just play
anything that
golf.
combines traditional sports with race cars because of Rocket League.
Yeah. Well, in this you're not really like driving the car all the time.
Yeah.
Like the golf cart is like an item you get, but item pickups are in the style of Mario Kart. And like the idea is you KO your opponents or you fuck up their swing. It's the most aggravating. There's an air horn item in Super Battle Golf, and like it's the most aggravating thing to like be on your winning putt and then someone just air horns you so your character maxes out their strength swing and they just fucking yeet the ball. It is the game that you're supposed to get like it's you get mad, but like not mad as in like genuinely mad. Like the yelling at someone and calling them a fucker is part of the game. Like it's part of like being like you motherfucker. Like you know, like it's so much fun. It's so much fun. I gotta get back to it.
I've been waiting for like a Friend Slop to come out. I actually like enjoy. It has been difficult. I stopped caring for a while.
You should play Super Battle Golf. I recommend that one because that one's an actual game.
Yeah, because
As far as
even
Friend Slop
like Meccha
goes.
Chameleon is the kind of game that like I enjoy watching clips of people playing it, but I don't really feel like I want to play it myself.
Yeah. Super Battle Golf, I highly recommend if that's the kind of like mindset you have, because like that's an actual video game. Like yes, it's it's a competitive video game. Like yes, it's like the game you play with your friends, right? But it's not like it's not oh let's get into hijinks and like cooperatively do a thing. It's like no, it is the game where you spite your friends as much as possible while you're playing it. Like actively. Like the point of the game is to be a dick. And it's like fun because when that's not happening, you still have to play golf. And the winner is not whoever blows the most people up. The winner is who plays the best golf, despite the obvious, you know, obstacles. I firmly believe that game escapes Friend Slop. That's
Okay.
just competitive multiplayer. Like that's just like golf multiplayer game with hijinks.
Okay.
Yeah, I recommend it. We could play it. Marsh has it. Our good friend Marsh has it. I play it with them all the time.
You might be able to convince me. Maybe tonight, maybe not tonight. I don't know. So the thing is, like, I'm
Yeah.
kind of like big Lies of P gaming.
Play Liza P.
I'm kind of like it's the only game I'm really like fucking with like super heavy right now.
I'm in like a weird rut. I'm like flopping from one game to another constantly.
You should replay Final Fantasy X.
Good one.
I want to get back to 10-2.
Well,
You should get the true ending of 10-2 and hate yourself for it for doing it.
I will.
Although it's not as
do
hard. If you have a guide that you can follow the whole way, it's not terrible. It was awful back in when the game came out because you didn't know how to do it.
that is
I have the
another
strategy
thing.
guide.
I've been playing the new Switch 2 port of Final Fantasy X because I am a sucker.
I'm so excited for Xenoblade 2. Oh man.
Oh yeah, that's an
I already
actually good. Like,
pre-ordered the upgrade. That's the first time in my life I've pre-ordered an upgrade.
Well, you've already
I'm
played the game, thankfully. So
I'm trying to figure out if I want to pre-order the upgrade or if I want to like wait, because you know my one quick trick on how to get stuff early, and it's
yeah,
just Japanese
Nintendo hates
eShop.
him.
Mhm.
Yeah, they do hate me. Um, but like it's not even to save money, but like damn, I'd like to play Xenoblade 2 Definitive expanded Mega Edition like a day before everybody else. That'd be fun.
That'd be good.
I saw they confirmed today too that the technical upgrade applies to Torna as well.
Yeah, that one's getting a free update actually.
Torna's good. I
which
really like
is
Torna.
very cool.
I'm excited. I am hoping that I can play it without any weird problems, because I did accidentally, when I ordered physicals of 2 and 3, I accidentally got European copies.
I think they share the same region, so you should just be able to like upgrade.
Yeah. No, that's what I mean, is like I'll probably have to buy the upgrade from my Nintendo Europe.
No, I think you can just get the US one.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Oh, then I'll
Well,
just get it on the
so
base one.
what you should do is you should put the cartridges in and then go to the information, like hit the plus, and then go to the US eShop page. If it takes you to a US eShop page, you're in the clear.
And if it takes me to a European one,
Well, no. So it'll like if it
it'll just be
tries
like,
to launch,
doesn't work.
and it'll be like error. We can't do this.
Okay.
So like for
log
example,
into the game with my American account.
well, like what is your save data in the US account or the Europe account?
I haven't played 2. I haven't started 2.
Oh yeah, all right, fair enough. So yeah, put the cartridges in, hit plus, go navigate, like do the go to eShop page, and then launch it with your US account.
Okay.
And if
And then
it
if
gets
it's
an
the same,
error,
then
then
we're
you have to
good.
buy the European upgrade. If it works, which I think it does, because I think for Xenoblade 2, most Nintendo games they like share SKUs. We did not share one with Japan on that game, but I think we did for all like
It was an
Europe.
international release elsewhere,
Yeah.
basically.
So all the
Okay.
English countries they share a SKU. I don't know for certain. Which is why I'm like unsure if I'm like how I'm gonna get it.
Well, okay. I'll give it a shot. I'm very excited to finally play Xenoblade 2, especially after Xenoblade 1 like blew my nuts off.
I think
It's gonna be
Like,
great.
the
Xenoblade 2
thing
gets
is,
a
though,
bad rap, even though it does have a lot of
there's some
anime bullshit
justifiable
in it.
reasons.
Yeah, it does.
I'm aware of all of that, so like I'm like in the best like possible position to play it, I think, where it's like I'm aware of like the anime bullshit,
Mhm.
and then like it'll like I already know about it, like I already know some of it, and I'm like, oh okay, so like when it hits me, I'll just be like, oh yeah, I knew that was
I would say
coming,
it
and
is
then I can
probably
just
my
like
least
not.
favorite of all the Xenoblade games, though I still like it. But it has my favorite ending of the whole
Yeah.
series.
Yeah, that's what I keep hearing. I keep
I
hearing
think
that
by
like
now,
that game ends on like the highest of highs.
Yeah,
I think 3's ending is
3's
better.
is very good. Yes.
But mostly because like it was like consistently good.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like I think a 2 impressed people because it was like that middle chunk I think is just kind of bad.
Mm-hmm.
I've also been playing Etrian Odyssey.
Oh,
I sent you a screen cap of it, Cullen.
I know you posted about it.
Yeah, I didn't play for long. I just played the opening. I played a little bit just to like acclimate. I set the map filling to full, so I didn't have
Yeah,
to
that's
do it
fine.
myself.
That's the thing. It's like I'm an Etrian guy,
crazy.
but like I'm glad they added options to like
Yeah,
make things easy because it's like it should be.
I had a good time playing a little bit of wizardry for the modern age. Because that's wizardry. That's wizardry as hell. That is just wizardry. Do you like Etrian Odyssey out there? Guess what? You would love wizardry. You would love wizardry. You should go play wizardry. It's sick. Yeah. No, yeah. I played a little bit of it. I made my party. I got to like the skill tree stuff and like the money management, and I was like, finally an RPG that makes me poor.
Oh
It's
yeah,
been
they
so
are
long.
really tight with money in that game.
It's been so long, and that's where I thrive. I love an RPG where you don't have money, where you are constantly fucking broke. It's my favorite.
Are any of the Etrian games on Switch?
Yeah, the first
Oh
three.
yeah.
Okay.
They got remasters, and the Switch versions are very good because then they make it so that like if you want to use the touchscreen to draw the maps for that, you can.
Mm-hmm.
And I also played a little bit of Tokyo Extreme Racer.
I think I remember
racing
you.
game.
We were in voice call when you played that.
Yeah. I really like that game. I have to restart so I can read the tutorial messages so I can understand how progression works in it. Because I was getting my ass handed to me and I didn't know how to make my car go faster. But that's fun too. I'm kind of like I have like I don't know. I mean, last fucking episode I was like, yeah, I'm doing Valhalla and Echoes of Aincrad and Relink. Haven't touched Relink much since last time. I played Echoes of Aincrad more.
Oh, I did play some Echoes of Aincrad.
Oh yeah,
I don't love it.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I mean, it's not the worst game I've played by far. Like it's fine, but it does not do anything to hook me, honestly.
It's people are gonna get mad at me because there's like there's like a sentiment out there where it's like you can't call it that stuff. It's a little bit anime slop.
It is.
It's a little bit.
It's not the worst anime slop I've seen, but
No, hell no. Oh god.
But I'm also like, part of me's kind of like, you got Sword Art, which is such a it's a compelling idea, but then you turned it into
Dot
like
hack.
this just like kind of linear, just like quest completion game, and I'm kind of like, that's not really what I want to do.
I was kind of hoping for the single player MMO experience.
Yeah, I was too.
Yeah.
maybe that happens later on. I don't know.
Cullen's like, if I speak.
Just remember, Sword Art fans, I'm, don't come for me.
All two
Oh,
of them.
Yeah.
I will say, you want to talk about real anime slob? That fucking Die Infinity Strash game.
Oh god,
that was so fucking.
Did you ever play the Jujutsu Kaisen Arena Fighter?
No.
That game was bad, real bad. And I mean, like, there aren't a lot of good arena fighters out there to begin with, so like, but that was a bad one.
Oh, man, I talk a lot of shit about a lot of DBZ games that have come out in recent memory, but like, Kakarot is not the best game ever. But man, does Kakarot have like substance as opposed to a lot of these other fucking like anime tie-in or anime adapted games.
A lot of the DBZ games at
like,
least have like some kind of heart behind them,
Oh yeah, I mean, Xenoverse 1 was like my one of my loves the year it came out. I want to play Xenoverse 2. I might do that tonight. Start a Xenoverse 2 playthrough.
You know what? Arena Fighter is pretty good though, which segues into my next thing. Bleach, Rebirth of the Souls. I've been doing nothing but read and watch Bleach since we last recorded.
Yeah, you're deep in the Bleach mines.
Oh, I'm
you're
gone.
drinking Bleach like crazy.
You can't have much further at this point to go, right?
Well, I stopped reading and I started watching the 1,000-Year Blood War. So I'm catching up to where the anime stopped and then waiting for the new season.
Man, that's awesome.
GC, you gotta hurry up and read Bleach.
I know. I think is that a Viz Media publication published? Or is it
GC, you have access to the internet. So even if it's not, come on.
Well, I was trying to be,
But yeah, well, it's on, I think it's on Viz, yeah.
Okay. Because I also want to catch up on One Piece. So like if I want to be reading a lot of different stuff, I might as well just
they
do
have
the $2 sub.
Yeah.
It's a $2 a month sub. It's like fucking pennies.
I have the $2 a month
paying
sub
for that, and I don't know why I just found other ways.
Yeah. I have the $2 a month sub for Shonen Jump. It's on there.
Yeah, that's the one that I had for One Piece. It's honestly like for someone like me, where it's like I don't read a lot of like I'm not into anime like that deeply, and all I do is read shonen, basically shonen setting, some shoujo stuff. But like, yeah, like that's an amazing deal for fucking One Piece. Yeah, I'll pay you $2 a month to read official translations of One Piece chapters with like the best scans you could probably give me.
Man, like you gotta read Bleach. I used to like give it to One Piece by default because Naruto's bad, and like I assumed Bleach was bad because I fell off after the Soul Society. But like I'm like, nah, it's that one, and it's solely by rule of cool. Like they got some good writing in there. I won't lie, but it's mostly because it's like they're like it's kind of this acknowledgement of like I know what shonen is, and it's supposed to be cool. It's aura and hype moments, and it's the most aura and it's the most hype moments.
And it's like actually good.
It's very Bleach is awesome. Like I'd get any fucking YouTuber that told you back in the day that Bleach fell off was wrong and stupid and they didn't know what they were talking about.
I wish Kubo would do more video game designs. I really liked when he did the Soccer Wars designs.
I wonder if he's gonna go to like into movies or like anime after this. Well, I guess Bleach is coming back according to leaks. So
what is he been doing lately?
1,000 Year Blood War.
I guess that's
I believe the story goes is that he was like basically snubbed by the people that.
Well, no, his health got really bad, so he
did burn the
treated
witch.
him like shit.
Yeah, and they told him to wrap it up, and then now like you know
he's
like,
better.
Yeah, you can like lead the Bleach 1,000 Year Blood War anime. You could just be like
you can be the guy.
You can be the guy. He's like, cool. We're gonna do the director's cut of all this. Then I'm like, and they're like, okay.
He called up his wife. He was like, yeah, they bought it.
So good.
I can't believe they let me do it.
It's so good.
I'll catch up. I gotta get back to reading anyway. It's been like a couple weeks since I read anything.
I'm telling you, man. You start Bleach and then just the pages fly by. I think I binged like 300 chapters, which is roughly half of Bleach in like a week.
I need to get back to reading Demons of the Shadow Realm. I was enjoying that.
What is that?
It's the new series
I remember you mentioning
by the Hiromu Arakawa, the Full Metal Alchemist creator.
Oh, her.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
the anime just started for it. I think the first season might be over. I watched the first episode, but I read like the first 6 volumes of the manga, and I like it.
I gotta check that out.
It's not FMA level yet, but it's good. Yeah.
I'm one of those Brotherhood shooters, and I really really liked Brotherhood. I binge watched that whole thing.
I like Brotherhood. Yeah,
I was like,
I
gotta go back and properly do the old show.
Yeah,
because I've heard that has like I caught some episodes when I was a kid, and I should not have been watching them because I somehow caught all of the like least appropriate episodes.
It goes in an interesting direction in the original show. I learned what happens the way, because like I don't think FMA was done yet.
No, they ran out of manga, and then they got a couple of outlines of what could happen, and they just took it from there.
Yeah, I heard that it goes in an interesting direction. I personally, after hearing about it, I'm like, I don't know if I like that, but
it's probably worth watching it just to see how it like plays out.
It's very interesting. They thematically, the original show and Brotherhood kind of like thematically fit together very well, even though they are very divergent. But like my favorite way for re-experiencing the series is still the manga. If I have time to read through it, that is.
I gotta do the manga one day. I've only finished Brotherhood, but then I heard that like the 03 was directed by the same guy who did 00, and I'm like, all right, well, I gotta pay tribute, I guess.
I like Brotherhood so much that I named my dog Bradley. Yes, I named my dog. I basically named my dog Hitler. I realized that, but
this is a weird pull. Out of all,
I just love the word
characters.
King Bradley. King Bradley, it's awesome. I always say that to my dog, and he always like loses his mind. It's great.
I like the experience of like watching that when I was younger and just being like, oh, this is fun, this is cool, and like, oh, that's King Bradley. He's he's the boss. Yeah, cool. And then you realize like, wait a second, that's Hitler.
hang on a minute. That's not
So
okay.
he's cool eye patch guy. Like,
It's like, oh, he's nice. And I think that is like, that's a really like good detail that they do like at first make him like kind of like, he's like fun-ish and he's like nice to the boys and you go like, oh, cool. And you like, you also kind of lower your guard. Like, especially if you're young and you don't,
You fall
Yeah,
for it.
Mhm.
You
As,
fall
as
for it.
intended. As
Yeah.
intended.
it's
Yeah.
like, that's very, it's just really good storytelling.
Yep.
Arakawa is she's a great mangaka. She's probably one of my favorites, honestly.
Unfortunately, not spoken of as often as she probably should be.
Silver Spoon is also very good. People should watch that. That's also
Silver Spoon.
Yeah. It's
it?
like a slice of life anime.
Did she do it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck? See, I don't know any of this shit.
Yeah, it's a coming of
I think that's why
coming of age slice of life series, manga and anime series.
I love
It's very good. It's very cute.
I'm low-key a sucker for fun slice of life.
I had to make sure it was called Silver Spoon. Yeah, it is called Silver Spoon.
That's actually why JoJo Part 4 is my favorite part of all the parts, because it's just slice of life. But like, what if slice of life was also a shonen? And I was like, yes, absolutely. Yes, in this episode, Josuke will in fact cheat at a dice game. Yes, good, yes. In this one,
I was really
they play paper, rock, scissors, and it gets out of hand.
I guess Crunchyroll lost the license recently for a bunch of anime. One of the ones they lost was Blood Blockade Battlefront.
Oh,
which is a really cool, like episodic, like monster of the week kind of anime. That's by, I mean, the series was created by the Trigun. I can't remember his name. The Trigun creator.
I don't know anybody's names.
Yeah, but the anime was done by Studio Bones, and I really like Blood Blockade Battlefront, but there's not a legal way to watch it anymore at the moment.
Well, folks,
piracy is awesome.
As Captain Piracy once said, the power is yours.
Literally, like Crunchyroll is like locking their store behind a paywall. Like, just start stealing shit.
I mean, Crunchyroll has justified piracy more than any company out there, basically.
I did see a video clip. I guess I don't know if it was a real podcast or one of those like videos where like they post up like they're doing a podcast, but they're not actually podcasting. You seen those? Where they just talk about like one specific thing for like a minute and a half, and that's all they got. And somebody was like, it was something to the effect of like, oh, well, like, there's no other choice to do piracy. Like, they were talking about how it's like, oh, it's still wrong to pirate things even if there's no means of accessing it. And I'm like, maybe so. But I feel like if people throw out ethics, even if there is a risk of getting in trouble, I think I would also throw out my ethics in respect to them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying go pirate anything. Okay. My lawyers have advised me that I cannot tell you and endorse piracy. I do not endorse piracy. But I am saying, if there is no means of financially reimbursing someone for something, and it's a product that used to exist, it is my opinion that you cannot be surprised if people find it through nefarious means. If your walled garden is so walled off that people literally can't get inside, don't be surprised when other people who are in that walled garden sneak stuff out.
I mean, if there's literally no way to access something at all, I don't know what you expect. Like,
they expect people to just shrug and
never consume, never use it ever again.
We're literally recreating the same scenario that made streaming pop off so hard. Like, the whole point was that like it was more convenient to like have all of the shows on this service and you could pay to support the industry than it was to like torrent.
Yep.
And like, you know, for a bit it was like, oh, cool. Like
It is a pain in the ass to pirate things. If you make it convenient for people to just buy stuff, they will buy it instead of pirate it.
I mean,
and
like
guess
the
what?
death of physical
Now,
media ties into that too. Like, if I could
oh
go
yeah,
buy a physical copy of Blockade Battlefront, yeah, I'd love to do
probably
that.
expensive.
Even if it
Yeah.
existed, which, you know, it might. But a lot of anime series out there don't have physical versions. They just don't exist.
Yeah. But like, unfortunately now we have looped back around and it is more convenient to just go like pirate anime than it is to just like watch it, stream it officially.
Support an official release.
Yeah. Especially for older stuff. You're like basically told to go fuck yourself.
Mhm. And not to mention when stuff gets new dubs like Gundam Seed. If you want to watch the original English dub of Gundam Seed, it's like, it is so hard to find because the Netflix versions don't have the original Ocean dub.
It's such a it's a refusal to understand the business, in my opinion. It is a refusal to understand the climate and the audience and like what people, you know, want out of a storefront and availability and accessibility. It's like they don't even I don't think companies care about consumers anymore, to be honest.
No.
I think they care so much about investors, and like it's going to end up being that like it's just a company talking to investors, and like there is no audience anymore. There is no consumer base. It's just an investor giving someone money and expecting that money to be flipped into a profit and then for them to collect on it. And then like it'll be like, how are you going to do it? And it's like there isn't going to be a consumer for you to sell to at some point. Like I firmly believe that. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that humanity eventually will realize it's like I'm not interested in this anymore. And it only has to happen from one angle. You only have to convince a person to stop buying one specific thing in a specific medium for them to be more inclined to stop buying things, other things in that medium until eventually they just stop having that hobby altogether.
Yep. And then there's nothing for no one.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And that's how that's why I don't play Magic anymore. Stop buying Magic product, skipped Magic product because I didn't want to buy it because it sucked. Stop buying Magic product altogether because it all sucked. And now I don't play Magic the Gathering. And a bunch of my friends did the same. Because if I'm not playing, guess what? Neither is my other friend. And if that friend isn't playing, neither is my other friend. And now none of us play card games. That's how it works. That's how it happens. Oh, whatever. Fucking anime.
The
Anime industry is like
the
fucking terrible with that stuff.
the way
too.
the anime and the enshittification of the anime industry is like astounding, honestly.
Oh yeah.
Even just in recent years of like when Funimation went down. That's one singular event that made it demonstrably worse. And there has been like a dozen of those singular events that have just made everything worse.
Yeah, Red Stuff's dead, so it's like it's harder to get Blu-rays because, you know, Crunchyroll wants to turn off their store. It's just Blu-rays are getting more expensive. Anime like Crunchyroll is more expensive. But like, you know, they try to do like AI for their subs. It's like there's literally like we're just going to go back to like the era of fan subs.
Mm-hmm.
That's another great point towards piracy, which I do not condone officially, publicly speaking. Right?
Right.
It's like if these companies are breaking ethical practice, right? If these companies are not being ethical and they're breaking ethical practice, why is there still a mandate that the consumer be ethical? If the company is not behaving in an ethical manner, why is there any expectation on the consumer to be ethical in
Yeah.
return or in response? That makes no fucking sense. That
The,
makes no fucking sense.
I mean, the anime industry is kind of overdue for another crash.
Yeah.
Everything's overdue for a crash.
No,
that's
but
where
like
we are,
anime
baby!
and
Sorry.
anime in particular is like where the animators are getting paid less, they're getting worked more, but anime has never been more popular than it ever has been, and it's just like
I mean, it was teetering on the edge. I honestly think My Hero Academia might have like brought it back from the brink. Because I think a lot of people got back into anime around that time.
Yeah,
Well,
that
yeah,
was
like
kind
there
of
was
the
a
wave.
resurgence.
There was a
Yeah.
resurgence with Attack on Titan, and then I think My Hero was the big resurgence after that.
Yeah. Like it kind of comes and goes in waves, but I feel like at some point, the bigger the wave, the harder the crash. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oof. Oof. Wild stuff. Well, uh speaking of not condoning piracy, I soft modded my PlayStation 2.
And you were worried to talk about this.
Yeah, well,
I
I
was,
think
but it was
they think this is much lighter than what we just talked about.
it was a great segue, and I couldn't help it because it'd be really funny to go from talking about that to soft modding my PS2. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've been doing a lot of
You
tinkering
don't
with a lot of
say.
things.
You are the
Um,
tinkerer right now.
yeah, I revived an old PC and I put Linux on it so that I can turn it into my computer for my racing my sim rig, which I have sitting next to me here. Um, but also I started looking into homebrew stuff for really old consoles that I own. And I got really excited to soft mod my PS2, and I was like, I'm plugging it in. I'm like, boom, power cord, boom, AV cables because I didn't have component cables yet. Boom, memory card, boom, uh, PS2 controller, boom, load up the homebrew software, flick on the power switch. She's not turning on. She's not turning on. I got no red light. Okay, let's jiggle the power switch. Okay, now I'm hearing some whining. A fire is going to start. I unplug everything and I went through a whole process of ordering a replacement power supply for the PS2. I was heartbroken. This is my childhood PS2. It's the same PS2 I've had since the first time I ever touched a PS2 game. My godfather, or yeah, my godmother gave it to me. Um, and I was heartbroken. And then somebody told me the PS2 is one of the most manufactured consoles of all time. It is one of the most it is literally like the most mass produced console of all time. You can probably buy a replacement part for like not the cheapest, but pretty affordably. I looked it up. Power supplies like $30 to replace. Oh, yeah, I can do that. Buy the power supply, gets in the mail. I take apart my PS2, I replace the power supply, and then I go, well, what else can I replace? And I looked
Oh,
it up.
we can rebuild him.
Yeah, I looked it up because I turned on my PS2 and I got scared because I forgot that the PS2 was the loudest fucking thing in existence. You guys remember?
Oh yeah, yeah, man.
Do you know what the processing chip on the PS2 is called? Does anybody remember?
That was the emotion engine.
Yes, correct. It
Mm.
is the emotion engine. Yeah, that thing gets real emotional when you turn it on.
Oh, yeah.
I had that with my 360 this week because I dug it out and turned it on for the first time in like 4 years. And man, that thing sounded like a plane.
It's exactly like that. And you're like, fuck. So I looked into it because I was like, well, what else can I do? Because I installed the SSD into the PS2. I bought the adapter that converts the network adapter into an SSD, a SATA drive, which just kind of fucking works on the PS2, which is insane. Um, and then I was like, well, what else do people do to their PlayStations? And I looked into it, and there's a fan mod for it where it turns out that the size of the fan for a PS2 is not proprietary. It is not a custom fan size. It is actually a conventional standard size fan. So you can replace it with any other fan as long as it has the same input, which, that's going to be that's a little tough. Um, but Noctua, if you don't know who Noctua is, everybody, they make fans that are incredibly quiet, incredibly quiet. Um, they have a fan of the same size, and people sell that fan with the connections already soldered onto it, or maybe it already comes that way. I don't really know. But then they also sell the back plate that seats the fan, and it's already connected. and you just have to replace the one that's on your PS2 with that one, and then your power switch goes back on and everything, right? So I bought that, replaced it. That PlayStation no longer feels emotions.
Oh,
That
yeah.
PlayStation
It's a
makes
silent killer.
It makes no noise. I turned it on and I was scared. I was scared because it made zero noise, and I went, "Fuck, I broke it." So
You're
I
like,
had to
"Fuck,
put my
it's
hand on
buffed."
the back. I had to put my hand on the back to make sure the fan was like running and air was getting pushed out. Night and day. But then I started getting concerned because I was like, well, the homebrew software actually draws more power into your PS2, and I'm afraid of like, video game consoles uh are very specifically manufactured things. So when you change what it does, like the nature of its existence, you can run into some issues. So for instance, if the PS2 is drawing more power because you're running different software on it that requires more power, that draws more power from the power cord or from the power supplier, or asks it for more power, you can generate too much heat that the motherboard may not be able to sustain, and then you can fry something on the motherboard, right? Um, so I asked a friend who already soft modded his PS2. I was like, "Hey, what else did you do to it?" And he went, "Well, there's a USB-C mod for your PlayStation 2 you can do." I was like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah." So what it does is you replace the power supply entirely
Oh,
with
interesting.
a pin connector.
Huh.
It's on a circuit board, right? It's a pin connector, and it connects to the pins for the power supply on your PS2. Um, and the circuit board just does the things that it needs to do. On the it's the power supply board, but it's like shrunken down. Because you don't need any capacitors on it or anything, because it runs a USB-C cable from the power switch plug off to, what was that?
I
Hmm?
actually dropped out on accident.
Oh, okay. So it runs USB power. So it changes the AC power cord input for a USB-C, and then you just need to find like a USB-C charger that can supply at least 45 watts. So it has to deliver power up to of at least minimum 45 watts. And it can be any of them, because USB-C is so much more universal, right? Even though the AC cord for the PS2 is also pretty commonly found. It's not that expensive. I think I bought a new one just in case that was the problem for like $7 or something. But then because it's external now, because it's a power brick charger that's out of the PS2, there's not as much heat inside of the PS2. Like the power supply itself is not generating any heat. So now there's more space for the heat to sit in the console and sit away from the motherboard, because that big power supply unit isn't there. And then it just pushes it, and then the fan will just push it out. Right. And I was like, oh, I got to get that too. And then I ran into a problem, and I said, well, I want to play PS1 games, right? I got PS2 games on my PS2, but I want to play PS1 games on my PS2. How do I do that?
Wait, they
Can't
just
do
play
that.
discs. Yeah, wait, no, their back one's
Well,
better.
I want to put them on backup, because I want to put them all on the hard drive so that I get better loading times, right?
Are you not using OPO?
I am.
Do they not work with OPO?
So not exactly. They need
Okay.
you need the official PlayStation 1 emulator from Sony called Pops.
Hmm.
And installing that is a pain in the ass. And I looked into it, and I got kind of like bleh about it. And I said, well, I do have a PS1 Classic. So then I homebrewed my PS1 Classic, which is super easy, by the way. You put all the files on a USB stick. You label the USB stick as Sony. This is not a joke. You literally change the name of the USB drive to Sony. You plug it into Player 2 on the PS Classic, and then it just loads it up. It just does it. It works. It works. There's no like real setup to talk about. So I'm setting this up, and I'm putting my backed up PS1 games on there, because I don't want to. I don't like taking them out of their jewel cases, and I'm like, okay, but like, what if I want to play like PSP games? And I went,
Oh,
well, I do have
boy.
my Vita TV. I do have my Vita TV. So I homebrewed my Vita TV,
That one,
which
I
is
think,
also
crazy.
incredibly easy.
Oh, yeah, they've made that so easy. Like,
holy shit, you don't
back
even
in the
need to put
day-
anything in there.
when the Vita was like first homebrewed, that shit could just break your console.
Yeah.
Like if you did one thing wrong. And now it's like you go to a website, you click a button, and then it just hacks your Vita, and then it's like it's all good.
The instructions now are updated to say while there is still a danger of bricking your device, it is very, very, very unlikely it will happen as long as you follow the instructions. Like,
Yeah, they're like, don't worry about a big dog.
yeah. So I homebrewed my Vita. So I've got my homebrewed PS2, my homebrewed PS Classic, and my homebrewed Vita TV,
You're
and
set.
I'm having a great time. I'm so and then I bought
You're set
I bought a
forever.
retro Tink as well. So I have a retro Tink for my PS2 now. There was an HDMI mod for the PS2, but I was like, I don't know if this is gonna give you better quality signal. Like I was thinking about it, and I was like looking into it. It's like you have to solder stuff for that one,
Mm.
and I was like, eh, eh, for basically the same thing that a retro Tink can do, and
Yeah,
then I
that
can
sounds
use
like
the
a
retro
lot of
Tink for
work.
anything else.
Mm.
Yeah, I was like, never mind, I'm not doing that. But then I found out that again, I'm talking to my friends that do all the soft modding stuff, and they're like, yeah, I recently bought this thing that um lets you play GameCube backups on your GameCube natively. And I
Oh.
went, really?
Oh, boy.
Do tell. And then so that's coming in the mail. And I'm gonna do that. And I'll probably buy some nice component cables for that and put it through the retro Tink as well. And yeah, it's been great. I played Ape Escape for like 5 hours the other day. It was awesome. God, I love technology. It really kind of opened my eyes because I've opened quite a few consoles in my time, even more recent ones. And it's kind of crazy how like older consoles were very self-repair friendly.
Mhm.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
older consoles, if you look at some of the infrastructure of newer consoles, like some people will tell you, oh, it's because like the architecture got more complicated. But I'll be honest, knowing what I know, there is a certain level of obscurity designed into that architecture where they intentionally make it so that it's difficult for you to open the case up, look inside, figure out what's wrong yourself, and then fix it yourself. And that's largely because what they want you to do is buy a new
Or
console
pay
or send it
for
in for
yeah.
repairs and get, pay money that they'll tell you probably won't have to, but then they'll tell you we're not going to send it back until you pay us because we've already done the repairs. And then you either pay them or you go buy a new console. And like if you look at like the PS2, you can go look at it on iFixit. iFixit has like the full breakdown. If you look at it, you would be like, this is just a little computer. Like this is literally like it's computer parts put together the way you would like intelligently design a computer that needs to fit this specific kind of shell. Um, which is the same thing with like the Wii. If you've ever seen a Wii tear down before, oh my God, what a beautiful piece of hardware. But it's kind of crazy how easy it was to replace all of that. None of that took long, by the way. None of it was particularly difficult.
Mhm.
If you know how to like look inside your computer, like your PC, you can do that. You can probably do that even if you're not that good at your computer stuff.
I feel bad. I wanted to get into like hardware modding with like an old Game Boy Color back in the
Mhm.
day, and I bought all the parts for it, and then I just didn't do it. Like I was gonna replace the screen and the case, and I was like, this is gonna be so cool. And I just
For
never
me,
got the
it's like
time.
my barrier, my wall that I still haven't crossed is soldering. Nothing I've done, nothing that I've mentioned requires any soldering at all because I
Mhm.
don't know how to solder.
Yeah, I mean either.
Yeah, I don't.
And
That's
My
an extra step. That's like the next
yeah,
step.
My
yeah.
PS2 Slim's disk drive stopped working, and I felt so bummed about it because like that was the PS2 my girlfriend got me when we first started going out, and like she found one and it was like really cool, and I played games on it for years, then it just crapped out. And one of my coworkers like just brought a soldering kit in to try to fix it to like replace the disk drive, and it just didn't work, and I was like, well, guess I'm buying a new one.
I still
I so
gotta buy a
fucking
new one. Mine crapped out too.
But like the thing about the Slim, it was a really cool looking system, but it was a piece of shit. Like those were not built to last. And it's such a
Yeah.
fucking shame because they are so quiet.
God forbid if you drop it, that's it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, if you drop that thing, that's like dropping a glass jar. You're fucked.
Like I'm stunned. The Slim was so
Mhm.
like crap because always thought it was like the most amazing thing I'd ever seen.
It is a marvel of technology of being able to put like all of that shit into like a thing that big. Like
Yeah.
that's, undeniable. But yeah, like it's very fragile as a result. Um Inversely, like if you look at the Nintendo 64, that thing was built to
Oh
survive
yeah.
like the nuclear apocalypse. Have
Mhm.
you have you have y'all ever seen that incredible? It's one of the oldest YouTube videos I've ever seen. It's that video of like it's a bunch of guys. They have a Nintendo 64 and they just fuck that thing up. Like
Deserved.
they take everything to it. They set it on fire. They tie it to a rope at the end of their car and they drive it like down like a couple blocks at full speed. They bash it with hammers. They really fuck that thing up. And then they plug it in after all of it and it still plays Super Smash Bros. And the rest of the videos them playing a whole round of Smash Brothers. Like, fuck. Old tech, man.
That
Old
sounds
tech is just such a
N64,
nice
man.
thing.
That was a beast of a system.
I'm gonna be I'm gonna say something. I think like while I was the point, the reason I wanted to bring that all this up is because it's thematic to the episode. Um, while I was doing this and I was going through like the back catalog of PlayStation games, because now I'm like, well, what else from that generation is like cool that I haven't played yet? There is so much stuff. Like we've had a lot of remasters and ports and remakes over the years. There is still many, so many things from old game libraries that are lauded as like all-time classics or have cult followings or are just like really good games, like remembered as like these amazing, super cool things that are still locked to those original consoles.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
And like I'm sitting there and I'm making my little list of things that I want to play on these things, and I'm like I could do this for the rest of my life.
100%, yeah.
I was like, I could literally go like I haven't played Xenosaga or Xenogears for that matter. And it's like I can go through the entire Xeno series will take me a year to get through alone, right? And that's just one it's like that's like 6 games. It's like 6 games I haven't played. And it's like I'm looking through this I'm looking through recommended games lists and stuff like that for each console. And it's like, oh yeah, so here's this game. Here's like a strategy RPG that like the story is kind of bland, but it has like some of the most phenomenal voice acting of the age. And the gameplay is like really interesting and unique and like these ways or whatever. I'm like, yeah, sure, let me grab that. And then I'm looking at like games that were only came out in Japan. And it's like, oh, here's like a Bomberman game that's an SRPG. And I went, huh? It's like, yeah, it's like actually like one of the most popular Bomberman games ever, but it only ever came out in Japan. I'm like, cool. Here's Ape Escape 4. And you never got it in the States,
Mhm.
but it exists.
Like Valkyria Chronicles 3.
Here's Valkyria Chronicles 3. Um, and that's just stuff that's
Like a
that never
billion
came
Sega
out.
Saturn games too. There's so many like games that have never been officially released in the West.
I'm Cullen. I'm fucked because I'm also looking into getting a Saturn because I'm like
I love my Saturn, man.
I want a fucking Saturn.
Saturn's awesome. That's like my favorite retro console. You should be a Panzer Dragoon guy. Only good things are rewarded to the Panzer Dragoon fans left alive in Big 26.
Unless
The
Awesome.
ones
you
that
play
did not play
the
the bad remake.
remakes. Yeah.
Well, that was the
Oh, the joke.
sarcasm dripping statement. God.
But yeah, and I'm sitting there like I'm not trying to be like this kumbaya guy right now where I'm looking at the state of the industry now and I'm like looking to the past and I'm like, yeah, I can just go back and play old games. But like
You kind of
I
can.
think you kind of number one,
Yeah.
yeah, you totally can, but also you can kind of see it as like the reserves. You can kind of see it as like if things get bad and there's nothing new you can play that isn't like AI garbage or ethically dubious or what have you, right? You really can just turn around,
Play old games.
pluck something from the history of video games that you've never touched before, and then go fucking play it. And like, I think the craziest thing going back and playing some of these older games that I've been doing this week is that like we have not visually we have moved very far from that stuff, of course. In a few cases, honestly. PS2, honestly, I was looking at some PS2 games the other day and I was like, honestly, like this doesn't look like I could believe a game looks like this that was made like today. Is like was my impression. I was like, this doesn't have like an aged look to it. It was like my take on it on some of them. But like gameplay wise, design wise, we have not moved very far.
Yeah.
Like I genuinely mean that. I don't think we've moved very far from the PS2 era in terms of game design. I think for every really cool game you play now that has like this really cool like design concept or mechanic, you can go find an older game that's doing that. I'm not going to say it was doing it better. I don't think this is a question of better or worse, but like you can
There's
get
other stuff out there. You get a prototype version of it that's like kind of doing a couple things a bit more interesting.
like you still like we like you could have the way I put it is both of these games are in front of you. You could have picked either one or you could play both and you would feel like, oh, these were made at the same time as far as like design concepts and like design principles go. And it's like, I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's a damnation of modern game design, but also I think it's like it's sort of a silver lining for people who are worried about like missing out on hot new thing. It's like, we're not that far removed from the retro era in terms of like the things you play video games for, right? Like the game part of a video game, like you still get that from older stuff. And I think that's worth talking about, and I think that's worth like reminding people about. It's like the game you played in 2007 probably isn't that different from the game you're playing in 2026 as far as it being a game is concerned. It probably looks a lot nicer. Maybe it feels the control schemes and stuff like that might feel a little tighter, but like ultimately, you're gonna have a pretty equivalent experience, in my opinion. And I think like that should be something people look forward to in an environment where people are constantly talking about how they want this stuff remade and remastered and ported and they want another one of these and another one of those and this and that. And it's like, you can go find the ones that you missed. Go find the ones you missed. They're not going to be that. They're going to feel new to you. They're going to feel new to you. They're going to feel brand new to you.
Mm-hmm.
Although I say this and I'm still the kind of guy who was like, well, I can't start Digital Devil Saga because what if as soon as I start it, they remaster it?
Then you were the reason why. And then everyone has to thank you.
No, and then I'm the butt of the joke.
Why?
My own joke.
You got to stop making fun of yourself, dog.
Yeah, but the universe got to stop helping.
It's very unbecoming of a content creator to not have an ego the size of a Zeppelin. So I need you to, fucking get up there. All right.
That kind of reminds me. I was showing. No, it's related to the overall point. It's not just a red. I genuinely didn't know how to fucking respond to you because I guess I was like, oh, I guess technically I am a content creator. Damn, huh? But no, I put on Final Fantasy X for my girlfriend so it could be her first Final Fantasy yesterday. She was like, it's kind of plays a bit like shit, and no like shame on her. And I realized like, oh yeah, they don't make like fucking fixed camera angle games anymore.
No.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, it's a bit hard to want to explore because the controls keep freaking out. And I'm like, that's a fair point. And then I said like, that's true. Also, this is one of the earliest full 3D RPGs ever made.
Is this Final Fantasy X?
10, yes.
Okay, so the trick is when you're walking, don't let go of the stick as the camera transitions.
No, I know this.
Yeah, but if
like,
someone's never played a game like that, then yeah.
But did you tell her?
I mean, I was just like, you'll get it. No
Bro,
crying in baseball.
just tell her. Just keep holding the stick in the direction you're walking.
No,
And
no
when the
crying in
camera
baseball.
transitions, you'll keep walking in that direction.
No crying in baseball.
But it's not baseball, it's video games.
Video games aren't real.
I mean, I guess, yeah, they're not real. They're a construct. I
But
got
no, she
okay.
she I had forgotten because I just replayed the beginning of 10 and she was like working through the beginning and I was like, damn. This game has 3 openings and the second really isn't that good. Like Final
Damn.
Fantasy 10, one of my favorite games of all time. Oh boy, that whole chunk when you're just like in ruins and like with Riku
Oh, yeah, that
in the
sucks.
L bed.
Yeah, that whole part. Yeah.
That bit fucking sucks. I think it's not that long, but it's so crazy. And it's like, it's so much worse because the first intro is amazing. And then like in the second bit, you're on your fun little Besaid Island like trip. It's so like, oh damn, this is like one of the best games ever. And like she got to that second opening. She's like, I'm gonna take a break. I'm like,
I need food.
I'm like, oh, no, you should play.
I had that experience with
almost
Kingdom
done.
Hearts because I was in Agrabah and then I was in Monstro and I was like, I'm having a good time. And then, you know, you can't see the like icons of the planets until you get there. I went through the
Did you
gummy
get to
ship.
Atlantis?
Yeah, I got to Atlantica and I was like, oh, I forgot that was in this game.
Yeah, but then you get to play Kingdom Hearts 2 and you get to do finny fun.
I do like
fishy finny
you
fun.
know,
Finny
I
fun.
like the rhythm game.
Yeah, because you don't have to
2.
go around. You don't have to swim around Atlantis in the second one. You just have to do a mini game.
Mm-hmm.
That's better.
It is.
I
The
don't
swimming
like it, but it's still
sucks.
better.
Like Sora is so mobile and fast, and then you get to Atlantica and it feels like controlling a slug.
Oh, it's really bad.
Ugh.
I forgot to mention, I have a friend playing through all of Kingdom Hearts. He literally started last week. He got through Kingdom Hearts 1 and Chain of Memories recently. He started 2 and he went, but that guy died in Chain of Memories. And I went, well,
you better not get attached to the concept of death in that series.
Did he though? I told them, yes, you are correct. He did die in Chain of Memories. However, you are still wrong. No. He's having a terrible time, by the way.
Oh, really?
He does
That
not.
sucks. He should stop playing.
He liked the first one a little bit. The one that's actually like surprising me is that he's not enjoying Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah, if you,
I was like,
tell
no
him-
way.
if you don't like
Tell
2,
him to stop.
Yeah, honestly.
Just
Yeah.
straight up say stop. Like,
We'll see.
you're
He
not,
only just started. Like today was the first day he started, so I was like,
if
okay,
he
we
was
got a
not
good time.
immediately impressed by the Roxas prologue, tell him to stop.
No. He likes that stuff. He's not liking the gameplay stuff.
Tell him to stop.
You're making this
He was
worse,
like- he was-
honestly.
Cullen, he went to the Mulan world and he was like, what is this? And I go, yeah, this one sucks. And I was thinking of you the entire time because of the Kingdom Hearts 2 randomizers you would do. And every time you got to Mulan's world, you were like, fuck, I hate it.
To be fair, I'm playing on critical when I do those.
Yeah, well, he
I
recently
really hope your friend is not playing on critical.
he unlocked dodge slash or something like that. And then he couldn't figure out how to make it work. And then we looked it up and it was like, nobody explained how it worked, but everyone said it sucked. So now don't use it. I thought that was really funny.
I mean, honestly, you should be using every a bit. Like if it's your first time, you don't need to mess with like turning abilities on and off.
Yeah.
I genuinely think that like there's always like newcomers coming in. It's like, oh, everyone talks about this critical mode. I should play that, right? And you have to go like, no,
Absolutely not.
no.
Even
like
proud
critical,
mode would
hopefully.
be tough for like a first timer.
Well, no, but like critical is in like, oh, and I should do all this stuff and I should mess with this and that and I should turn things off because players are saying that this is bad. And I'm like, no, play the game and have fun.
Yeah.
Then you come back and you be a sicko and you listen to those people because those people are the sickos.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in his defense, I'm having a wonderful time. I'm having the greatest case of Schadenfreude and like personal validation for my disdain of Kingdom Hearts I've ever had in a long time.
That's okay. Get ready to frown again because I'll be playing all the games from scratch on Switch 2, and then you'll be seeing me go, wow, there's not a bad game in this bunch, and
And I'll be
staring
like-
at you.
And I'll be like, yeah, dude, that makes sense. You're 12. And that'll be the end of that.
Yeah. But I'm having more fun, huh?
When you're playing Kingdom Hearts, you're not Cullen, the man who's about to be 30. You're Cullen, the child who fell in love with Kingdom Hearts in the 2000s
I mean,
and like
their games
became bright-eyed and bushy-tailed when
that's the crazy thing is because like they have never stopped being games for kids. Like there's franchises that grow with their audience, but Kingdom Hearts is not that.
Yeah.
So when Kingdom Hearts 3 came out and it was a game for children and it wanted you to just enjoy yourself and have fun, and the fucking grown-ass adults who now pay bills were like, oh God, rent was due and it's Kingdom Hearts 3's fault. I'm like, you need to grow up.
See,
Or actually grow down.
I understood that I grew out of the series, and so I don't mock anybody for enjoying Kingdom Hearts as much anymore. But I do still, well, I mean, I like Kingdom Hearts 2, and Kingdom Hearts 1 is innocent in and of itself. I don't know. I'm just like a stickler for very specific things in Kingdom Hearts, but it's been very fun because like I know Kingdom Hearts 1 like the back of my fucking hand because I've played it like, I don't know, 4 or 5 fucking times now. And like it was very funny to watch him like I'm trying to he's also not very good at it. So
Oh, well. That's wait,
So-
what? Kingdom Hearts 2?
he's not good at Kingdom Hearts 1
Oh, well, that's
or Chain of Memories for that matter. But I don't blame
Chain
him
of
for Chain of
Memories.
Memories. Yeah.
I'm actually like, excuse me, I'm really looking forward to like giving Recom like a full play.
Yeah,
He
me
played
too,
the
honestly.
GBA version. GBA Chain of Memories is like crazy. I heard people say they like Recom better, but I'll be honest, like
I like
I was looking
GBA
at sort
Chain
of
of
like-
Memories better.
yeah. Like I was
I
gonna say like I think the GBA one's like
I think
superior.
Recom is gonna get a new like reappraisal, like a
Another
critical
touch.
reassessment.
I could see that.
Because like it's been long enough that it's like it's okay. Rechain of Memories can't hurt you anymore, and people are gonna play it and go, "Oh, this isn't that bad."
Mhm.
I did have a
But
moment.
also, like they can never make me hate that game because the cutscenes in that is like that is the definitive way to experience Chain of Memory story.
Yeah, I had a
think so?
moment.
Oh, dude, the voice acting's amazing. Everyone makes fun of like older sounding Sora, but like grow up. Like he's just be like in your mind, oh, he started going through puberty after the events of Kingdom Hearts 1. And then you go, wow, I can enjoy it. Whoa.
Yeah.
I usually think back fondly on 358 over 2, but I did have a moment recently where I was like, I don't think I would ever want to play that game again. Honestly,
I replayed it a little bit
it
ago.
sucks on the DS. It sucks because it's on the DS. That's my belief.
Well, what I did was I played it with the mod that like enables like the camera control.
okay, yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, this is pretty
I
good.
just think it's very monotonous. There's long stretches of that game where like nothing happens.
Oh yeah, but that's like kind of the appeal.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's like the thing with it is, you know, you're doing your job.
That is what I told my friend. He was like he's that kind of, I think I told you, Cullen, he's that kind of person. Oh no, I was talking about this the other day. He's that person who is like watching the cutscene and goes, "Wait, but what does that mean? Wait,
Oh.
but," and he's
Oh, boy.
he's asking,
He's gonna have a hard
and
time.
he's not asking because he doesn't get it. He's asking to make sure he got everything,
Oh,
right? Like
okay.
he's just asking to make sure that he understood the cutscene, but he's cursed because I told him, I go, listen, you're playing Kingdom Hearts. You need to understand that
It's a lot of
every answer you get to a question is just going to be 5 other questions that you want answers to. You're never going to get a conclusive, definitive answer as to what something is. You just have to accept that.
Oh, that's just how.
This
Yeah,
is-
that's how it is. That's how it still is.
Yeah.
This is a game of stringing people along into infinitum. That's it.
Mhm.
That's all it is. It's Days of Our Lives. It's Downton Abbey. It's soap opera. That's it. Like, and if that drives you nuts, you stop playing like I did, because that drove me nuts. I was like, this is not, there's no, I was like, this is, I hate everything about that. That being said, I am downloading Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5, 2.5 remakes because I kind of want to play Chain of Memories and Kingdom Hearts 2.
And just have a good time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the thing. You just have fun. Like, I've never just been like, you overthink Kingdom Hearts, and I think you've like failed the assignment.
Mhm.
It's not that I'm saying you don't think critically, blah blah blah.
No.
It's more
Yeah, I
like,
understand.
no, I'm not saying this to you, but it's like, it's just like, I don't know, like they're fucking kids games,
you
and
can't
people treat
overthink
them
it.
like they're Metal Gear Solid, and it's like, bro,
my only thing is
light
that
and
like,
darkness.
Kingdom Hearts has not grown with its audience, but it still speaks to that audience that has grown up. Is my thing. Like, well, no, like I mean, like when when interviews happen, it's like they talk to the audience, like the audience is still like 12. They're not talking to new people playing Kingdom Hearts. They're talking to people who have stuck around with Kingdom Hearts since they were younger. And that's sort of like the weird, that's like my problem, is that like,
I think that
if you're going,
they begrudgingly accepted that unfortunately the kids won't grow up. Like, I don't know. I don't like, here's the thing as well. Like, we can't say, oh, well, every time they do no, they haven't said anything in like 6 years.
No, that's not what I mean. I mean, it's just like
but I'm saying we can't presume like the current design ethos around the Kingdom Hearts series,
because it's been a long time.
Since like, okay, when people played Kingdom Hearts 3, like who grew up with the series, they were in their 20s. They were probably still being like, no, it's still fine for this. Those people are now 30. Like, we literally don't know. Like, they fucked shit up so bad.
It's gonna be interesting to see that panel at D23.
Oh yeah,
very interested to see how they do that.
So like, I just like, again, my issues with Kingdom Hearts are very specific things, and it largely just has to do with I disagree with the creative ethos behind many choices made in that game, in those games, but like, you know, they're fun. Kingdom Hearts 2 is still like one of the best fucking times I've ever had in my entire life.
Yeah,
I mean, you saw my fucking save file. I got that fucking clear save, 96 hours played. Like,
fun game.
I was in that shit.
A fun video game. That's it.
Did not care for the DS releases, however. That is where I dropped off.
I wish I could say anything to the contrary, because I did a whole, like, I was trying to do a whole series marathon, and then I got to the second DS game and I went, no.
Recoded.
Yeah, Recoded. Like where everyone's like, no, secretly Recoded does some of the best gameplay of all the portable games, and you play
anyone
it.
that tells you that is a liar.
Well, it's like, yes, the combat might be fun, but I hate all of the like gimmick levels. Everyone's like, isn't it so cool that in Hercules
well, don't
world,
you like stuff?
It's a turn-based RPG, clouds there, and
like,
I go, yes, but it's a bad turn-based RPG.
I've made it pretty clear I like Kingdom Hearts, but Recoded is like the most blatant cash grab the series has ever had.
Don't you like
it's
stuff?
Just completely
don't you like it when stuff happens? It's more stuff.
I remember going through this world. Like, yeah, I did that in 3 games at this point.
Oh my god, we're going back to Atlantis. There's so many Disney. When are we? Wait, did they go to the Robin Hood, the Fox Robin Hood world?
They're never gonna go to Robin Hood world.
Fucking see,
they should.
You see my point. Fucking
or Sword in the Stone.
The next
world.
one's gonna be Star Wars and live action and Marvel.
Do you have any idea what the overlap between?
It's gonna be Moana.
Do you have any fucking idea what the overlap between Kingdom Hearts fan and fucking furry is?
Do you know how funny it would be if Kingdom Hearts 4 is live action Moana?
Be great.
Just make it's all of the worlds are just the live action versions. Go to live action.
It would look
Lion
better
King,
because
live action Lilo and Stitch.
It would look better because in those no one has nipples anyway. Like in Kingdom Hearts, no one's got nipples already.
I really want this to be like Nomura's last Kingdom Hearts game, or like Or at least he goes on a break for it or something. Because I'm like, I really want you to be able to just like make.
You want it to be
new
his last
things.
game? Me too.
No, shut up.
Hi, I'm GC. Welcome to Nomura Watch.
You literally hate him, and for what?
I don't hate him.
Yes, you do.
I disagree with his artistic form of artistic. I disagree with his form of direction. I disagree with his creative choices. I think he
You're so
believes
mad.
in
You're
things
seething.
creatively that are different from mine, and that is fine. It is okay. He does not need defending. He makes a lot of money, and he's
You're
in a
gonna
very
go to bed
successful
tonight,
position.
and you're gonna
and
punch the wall and be like,
and you don't need to protect him from some mild criticism from your friend. Okay.
It's always people doing mad hating that go, it's only mild criticism.
That only wait, hold on, but that only proves the point I was making.
GC. Isn't there someone at Square Enix though?
Yeah, it's Yoshi P.
No, I'm giving a segue. I'm doing a segue. Well, fuck it. Who cares about that bum? He's fucking doing like MMO like mind work and no one cares anymore.
What?
Isn't there a creative at Square Enix that's just a bit more washed though?
No,
that you should be thinking about every single
he's my
night.
grandpa, man. You can't ask me to say that stuff about my grandpa.
Peepaw kind of washed?
Peepaw's so washed, man. Peepaw's
So
we gotta put him in the
Dragon Quest
ground.
Gemini crossover.
We gotta fucking send him to the home, man. We gotta put him in front of like one of those old chat bots and just tell him it's an AI and just have him talk to that thing until he closes his eyes forever.
Dude, you already know he talks to chatbots.
Oh, absolutely he does. Yeah.
Fuck.
Probably every day.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fucking dysfunctional Square Enix family. God damn it.
I don't want to give him the benefit of the doubt and be like, oh, it's the management, because it's like I don't really care.
No.
But like it is
Please.
very funny.
Those are from his own lips. Like, I don't care if he's just doing it to please anybody. Have a spine. Until I know otherwise, those are your words, not the company's. Sorry. What do you want me to do? Play armchair investigator and like read your mind? Like, no.
No, the way I'm going to handle it is up until the point a mainline, like a real Dragon Quest game, not the fucking MMO, has AI in it. I'm gonna play them. I feel like it's gonna be pretty soon.
Remember that the AI bubble is gonna pop, and then they're going to I'm gonna let you finish. But if they say that the AI bubble is popped, if they say the AI, if the AI bubble pops, and then they come out and go, hey, we had to scrap production on 12 and start over, you know why.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, continue.
No, it's just like I'm gonna. That's how I choose to. That's how I'm gonna sit through this.
What are the chances of AI party member conversations in Dragon Quest 12?
You know, I would believe it if he listened to an AI to tell him how to remake Dragon Quest 7.
Oh yeah, but that wasn't him. That was
I don't care. Someone's got to pay.
No. We can't blame Nomura for everything. You can't blame Hori for everything.
No, but here's he gets like really involved in like all Dragon Quest games.
He says yes or no, but he is easily swayed. Well, not easily, but he is swayed by the people he works with and the people that work for him. That's how the Dragon Quest Monsters games get made. It's a lot of push and pull, which is why I quite like that guy, that Tosei guy. But I'm really worried about the new Dragon Quest Monsters game. I hope it's good.
I'm not worried, but I no longer have high expectations.
I hope it's not cheap feeling.
The last one.
Yeah, I hope it's not fucking cheap looking, because Dark Prince looked like fucking shit.
If there is one Dark Prince hater alive, it is me.
Yeah.
So it's the most disappointing like 8 out of 10 I've ever played. It's the most heartbreaking 8 out of 10.
if
You remember me? I was on like suicide watch when
You
that game
were-
came out. It was so dire.
I was like your dad, like you were like sat on the playground. I was like, hey buddy, it's okay. Look, we'll go on the swings.
Look,
And then the swing broke when you got on it.
You have to just understand that Santa Claus isn't real.
Look, buddy, it's okay.
Everybody does.
We'll get ice cream later, okay? If that new Dragon Quest Monsters game looks anything like feels as cheap as Dark Prince and Treasures, then it retroactively means that there was no those games did not have an excuse to come out the way they did, is my opinion. Because this one, you're not co-developing anything or whatever, you're not splitting it into two projects. You've had plenty of time. Like if this game feels as like half-assed as those last two did, like that's it. I'm probably not buying Dragon Quest 12 unless it miraculously comes out and it's like, yeah, we use no AI on this. Like unless that happens,
they know not to say
Yeah.
it. Like, well, okay, Hori fucking doesn't. But like, I think for like the games that people like actually play, they're like, they know to be like, eh.
Yeah. At some point, I'm sure we'll see it in a Square Enix game disclosed. But
Yeah.
at least for now, I think
I'm
they
sure
know
it's
to
already
keep
being
it close
used
to
now.
the chest.
Yeah, I mean it is an unfortunate reality that there's probably like a bunch of stuff you've already played is already probably using AI technology to make it. That's just unfortunate reality, but that's why good journalism is important, folks. Go digging, find out, spread the truth, let people be aware. That's your job. Do it. Anyway,
Questions? Or do you got more?
no questions. I was gonna go into questions.
Okay. Questions it is. It'll be a short one, he says. Stupidly.
Who said that?
Me in my mind when we started.
Yeah, you should know well enough by now.
This almost 3-hour podcast.
Hey, you're the one that segued into the Dragon Quest shit. I was gonna let that.
Oh,
I was
come
gonna
on,
let
you
that
knew.
shit rock.
You knew you wanted to talk about it.
I know.
All
I'm
right.
sorry. Grandpa's washed.
Sorry, the first question. I'm gonna. Can I have dibs on answering this first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Burnout Boys. This is gonna sound so stupid, but who's your favorite potential man creator? Like, if they just got over this one massive issue with their work, they could create peak. Have you heard of this guy named Yuji Horii?
No, come on. You gotta pick a different one. It's gotta be a different guy.
He became potential man. I don't know, like Yoshi P.
He's not potential man. Potential man is like he hasn't become kinetic yet. Yuji Horii was kinetic and then stopped. That's dead man. There's no energy left there.
The guy at Furyu that created Monarch, he's done a couple of those, and it's like you're so close.
That's a perfect good.
You just got to get over like your weird bullshit.
Who's the guy?
Yeah.
Is it Sato? Is that his name at Ryuga Gokuto?
Oh,
like he needs to not be at Ryuga Gokuto is what it is.
Which one? The guy leading right now?
Not Yokoyama.
Yokoyama
he's an
is
assistant director on a
case.
lot of stuff. I think I'm trying to remember if his name is Sato.
Hiroyuki Sakamoto.
Sakamoto, yeah.
Yeah, there's also Ryosuke Hori.
Yeah.
Also another guy who is peak potential man and just needs to get out from under
Just needs to leave
that leadership.
honestly.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know anybody honestly that I could just pull out of my hat. I'm not. The director for Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah, Yoshi P. Oh no, never mind. I forgot.
Oh yeah, the
No.
Last Remnant guy.
Yes. GC mentions the Last Remnant. Ding. Reset the clock.
Hiroshi Takai.
That guy. Yeah, Takai. Cool dude. I think he's worked on other Saga games.
Yes, yeah.
I think they just need to give him better producer nowadays. I'm sure he had a good producer before, but don't give him more work with Yoshi P and have him work closer with the Saga folks to make something that's not Saga or Saga adjacent. because like he keeps getting like a bad end of a deal. I feel with a lot of things. Oh, and Tabata.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of like invisible nowadays, but back in the day, I would have said Tabata's like a peak potential man of like he's always there to like clean up a mess, but he's never really been given a chance to really like what I mean. He did Crisis Core, and that was great. So I don't
Yeah.
know why they whatever. Yeah.
All right. Next one. Circling back to a question that apparently did not get answered.
Oh, I'm so
Pinging
sorry.
off of fashion and brief Kamen talk from a couple episodes ago. How would GC rank the best Kamen Rider civilian fits he's seen so far?
Oh,
Yeah, this is all GC.
Yep.
oh my god. I think I just love 60s and 70s Japanese fashion. Oh, there's so many. There's so many good ones. The main character for I think it was V3. It was either V3 or X. I think it was X. He has this amazing Western aesthetic to him. I really want to get his like cowboy vest and his like fucking high cut jeans and his fucking boots. Oh my god. I would rank the I can't rank them. It's been so long since this question. But like even more recently in we're watching Mask Man and Ultraman. And every now and again I see an outfit and I'm just like, God, I love how expressive 70s and 60s fashion was, despite how like seemingly unimaginative it is compared to the modern day. Like they knew how to like turn simplicity into extravagance. I loved it. But yeah, that's how I feel about it.
Okay.
I couldn't rank them. It's hard to.
So, sorry, GC couldn't do it.
Mhm. I also have questions
Bram.
on the Gmail, by the way.
Oh, wait, what we do?
Yeah, we never answered them.
Do you want to go through those? I don't have access to that anymore.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm looking through them. I'll pull up the first one we got. This one's from Ellie. I won't say your last name. Hello BCP.
That's an
Burnout Culture
interesting way
Podcast.
to.
Yeah.
BCP, simple question. Oh, I think we might have. What are your top 3 fruits?
Oh.
I'm going watermelon,
Blueberries?
pineapple, and mango. Taste great on their own and
Ooh.
versatile as you can use them in a variety of ways.
Ooh, that's
Flavoring
good.
based off these and dried versions are good too. Can't go wrong.
I would say
I'm going apples.
apples.
Blueberry, mango, banana.
I'd go apples, bananas, probably watermelon.
Apples, pineapples,
I do like pineapple.
peaches.
I don't like peaches.
Oh, I love a good peach.
I like kiwis too.
My
I
mouth
just
is
got some
salivating
kiwi
just thinking about it.
yesterday.
Kiwi is so good.
That's a good
All right,
question.
you do another one and then I'll do another email one. Yeah, very good question, Ellie.
Bram asks, what's a classic game that you don't really want a sequel to, but you would love to see an indie game clone of instead of a sequel? Okay, I don't want to give Microsoft money for a new Halo game, but I would love to see an indie dev attempt to make a Halo 1 style game, for instance. I'd like to see someone take a crack at like a Vagrant story.
That's literally what my answer was going to be.
Nice.
A game like Vagrant Story and Parasite Eve have very similar gameplay mechanics, right?
Sort of.
Yeah, kind of.
So
Vagrant Story is a lot more mechanical. Like they want you to think about every single piece of equipment you're using.
yeah. So I would love one that's like in the cell Parasite Eve, which we are getting. I don't know if it's out yet.
Is that this year or next?
I think it's this
I
year.
can't remember. And I would love. This is gonna sound fucking nuts. I would love a game that tries to mimic the physics of Mario 64. I don't think any platformer has come close.
I'm sure many have tried.
Many have tried, none have come close.
All have failed.
And then obviously Ryuga Gotoku. Give me literally anybody try to do that. Persona. Please, people. I need more people to try RPG games that are like slice of life calendar system based.
I would like
That's such a cool concept.
I would like to
Like
see an indie
old
take on
Persona.
Fable, like specifically, and
Oh.
not like the like totally open, free open world kind of stuff, but like the more restrained design of actual Fable 1, you know?
Yes.
Like the
Yes,
very
yes,
black and white
absolutely.
morality system kind of thing.
Oh,
Especially with like
Hayes, you're
the
speaking my
body
language.
transformation stuff. I've never seen an RPG that's done like the body transformation stuff that Fable 1 did. And I would really
Not
enjoy
since.
that.
Yeah. Oh, that is such a good pool. Paper Mario. More
I feel like
paper
we've had
RPGs.
a couple of those.
Bug Fables.
Yeah, but
was kind
None of them have been good.
Bug Fables was good mechanically, but the writing was kind of really, sorry, I'm going to use the word. It's a little cringe every once in a while. They don't really know how to write exclamations. And they go off character sometimes. But yeah. Great question, honestly. The answer is all of them.
Yeah.
All
Make
of them.
games.
Just give me something. Yeah, just make like a spiritual successor to something and actually make it a spiritual successor. Like don't say it's a spiritual successor and then it does none of the things that the thing you're claiming to be a spiritual successor of does, you know? A lot of those out there. I'll read you this next question.
Okay.
Hello, BCP.
Again.
Another BCP.
How old are these?
Very. Actually, no, just about a month.
Oh, okay.
With Mega Man Dual Override coming out next year, I've been thinking about Mega Man a lot recently. So for a fun thing, if you were a Mega Man robot master, what would your name and gimmick be? Alternatively, you can do a Mega Man X style Maverick animal theme if you want as well. Penis Man. No, I'm playing.
Yapping cow.
You're gonna go Maverick style? Okay.
Yeah.
A cow?
Why not?
I mean, there's a lot more interesting animals out there.
I don't know.
You know, they have like sharks and eagles.
But you'd lower your guard.
I'm gonna go a little bit of a darker route and say I could be Stomach Man. I could use my stomach acid as a attack.
Okay, then we're gonna spin it. You're gonna be Acid Man, and you're gonna have a big pouch in your tummy, and you go.
There you go. That's good.
Yeah, like a big hydrant funnel on your stomach. I would be. It's really hard not to pick one that's already in the fucking series.
Yeah, because they've done like a billion of them.
They've done everything. Shit, I don't know. I want to be an EXE robot master. That's what I want to be. I'll be Dino Man. I'll be a dinosaur like net Navi guy, robot master guy.
Specific
Dino Man.
Is there a specific dinosaur?
My left arm would be a Tyrannosaurus Rex head, and my right arm would be like my hands rather would be a Triceratops head. I would have a Stegosaurus tail, and just to fuck with people, my head would just be like a robot like a robot head, like a regular guy's head.
Like a dinosaur version of Omnimon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that. Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah. There you go.
Okay. Let me. The next one. My phone was not unlocked. All right. Sleepy Gal Syndrome asked, with not one but two fighting game betas out now, I have a silly question for y'all. Which fighting game character archetypes, Shoto, Zoner, Grappler, Rushdown, Stance, Puppet, Set Play, etc., would each of you assign the other burnt bros?
I will be honest, I'm not a fighting game person. I don't even know what half of those are.
So. I'd say that GC would be a Zoner, and maybe Hayes would be a Grappler.
I know what
I would
is, at least. Yeah.
I would assign myself Rushdown. I would also assign.
You're not allowed to assign yourself,
but I would 100% be a Rushdown. And I would fine just to be a fucking catty little bitch about it. I would assign Cullen Puppet.
Okay.
Because he always makes other people do shit.
I'd be too complicated for normal people to enjoy.
Fuck you.
No, that's true though. Like
that.
the fucking Blaze Blue has like a puppet
spun
like
that route.
child.
Yeah, I
And
know.
I
what
was like, I
character,
hate
yeah.
you. I fucking hate playing you. You suck.
There you go. Oh, what about Cosmo?
Boss character.
See, Cosmo to me would be more of a zoner or like a charge character. Because Cosmo seems like the kind of like fighter that would like use the fewest moves possible to kill somebody.
Yeah.
That's true. That's why I
true.
said boss character.
And he would like basically be like, I don't want to waste too much energy on this because it's not worth my time. So he would like kill you like
I think
that.
boss character works there.
Yeah. There you go.
Any more email questions?
No, we're all caught up. We only had
Damn.
those two. That's why I wanted to read them because I was like, well, I
That's
got
true.
two.
Let's see. We have a couple different. Let's see. In light of my Snigs asks, in light of my lingering disappointment with Soros, what are some things, games or otherwise, that the Burnt band genuinely wishes they liked more?
I like the Burnt band.
That
The
one's
Burnt
good.
Band.
Like Souls, like FromSoft video games.
This is relevant to a previous question. Mega Man, honestly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't dislike
wish
Mega
liked
Man. I
Mega
just
Man
don't.
more.
I don't love it.
Doesn't
I like
move
Battle
me.
Network. I don't like any
Yeah,
other
I like
kind
Star
of Mega
Force,
Man.
Battle Network, Mega Man X1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wish I liked the Zero games.
2D Sonic as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big
I
3D
agree.
Sonic
Yeah.
guy.
I got into Sonic with the 3D games, so
Same.
I just don't
I got
have
into
like
Sonic
the
with the
attachment
2D
to
games.
the 2D.
Yeah, I got in with 2D and I still don't really like vibe with it that much. I think I actually prefer 3D Sonic.
All right. Another question from Snigs is, my backlog is genuinely scary. I could probably be occupied with genuinely good games for multiple years at this point, which is something we all also talked about. With games I already own, yet I still find myself gravitating to new games. Thanks, ADHD. My question for you, my burning friends, how have you managed to break the habit of playing newer games and get going older games? How do you keep track of what games you genuinely want to visit despite not being able to play them right now? I feel like all of us still actively play a lot of new games.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a piece of advice.
Oh yeah, GC's going through this right now.
I'm gonna give you a piece of advice. Stop worrying about it. Stop worrying about it.
Yeah.
And it becomes incredibly easy. If you want to play a game right now, go play it right now. It's not work, it's not a job.
Yeah.
You can die and your backlog can be unfinished. And what are the consequences of that?
I like to
Nothing.
have at any given time like one older game that I'm kind of just like playing through piece by piece here and there. Like right now I've got that's Kingdom Hearts for me, which I've played many times, but like, and I don't always have the time to like fully play through an old game, especially if it's an RPG, but I like to have one that I can kind of go to.
Have one in the back.
Yeah, especially because like, as someone who plays a lot of games for work, I've really started to gravitate more towards having at least one older game where I can just sit down and like, I don't have to think about this for work. I don't have to worry about how I'm playing it or I'm paying attention. Like I can just vibe with it.
I think.
I also think if you have that experience of like, oh, I really want to go to this game, but I can't play it right now, reframe that and say, I'm interested in this game, but I'm not really interested in playing it at the moment. Because that's probably more accurate to what you're feeling. Because if you really can just like not play it because you're playing something else, then the reality is probably just that you're more interested in playing what you're currently playing.
If it is,
I highly do not recommend writing down a backlog. It becomes a job.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
It becomes a second job. Don't do that.
If there really
you're
is
going,
like
you're going to hate video games.
Old game that I really want to play and I keep thinking about it, if I have a physical copy of it, I'll get the physical copy out and just kind of like put it on my coffee table. Just so
if you're me, you'll go buy a full priced port of Final Fantasy X.
That's
because
one
surely
option.
there was no other way to play that game, and your brain said, but I really want to play it on Switch too, though. And then you would go, oh, so you don't have it on Switch? And you go, no, I have it on Switch.
You could go that route if you want to spend a lot of money.
I don't recommend it. It was very stupid, but you could do it. You could do the same thing with Star Ocean 2 right now as well, which shadow dropped between podcast recording sessions because Square Enix is the devil.
Didn't something else of theirs come out too? Or did it was an Octopath that they announced?
Oh yeah, and then okay, I didn't fall for that.
It's out in Japan, but it doesn't come out here until this fall.
Yeah, in October, which is weird because the Japanese version has English in it.
Mm-hmm.
But no say and that's another one where it's like Final Fantasy 10-2, Star Ocean, and Octopath. Okay, it really sucks you're not offering a like an upgrade path. This would be so much easier to stomach if you at least offered save transfer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, you cannot tell me you don't know how to get those saves compatible. I just don't believe you.
Especially when like Nintendo's doing it with Xenoblade right in the middle of all that. So
I'm gonna be so honest with you. Every time somebody says, "Oh yeah, the saves just wouldn't be transferable," I think it's such a fucking cop out.
Oh, it is. That's a complete lie.
You could like spend time like, okay, because I fully believe and for some of these that are like upgrades, they're really just building off of the base game. Well, you play like Star Ocean, and it's like, okay, it's clear you guys are making bespoke brand new ports of these. You could spend the extra time and just get the saves to work because you're doing it for Kingdom Hearts from the fucking cloud version to the actual new Switch version. You could do this if you wanted to.
Listen, I have converted a Game Pass game save into a Steam game save. I have seen people, I have seen people convert their fucking PSN, PS1 digital save into a PlayStation 1 classic save. People on the user end are converting saves to other platforms like it's nobody's business. We're converting file extensions. We're recompiling and decompiling things. The fucking company that's selling this stuff can 100% take a little bit of time and figure out how to convert the data. It's not that fucking complicated. Like for a company of that size to do that.
No, not at all.
Like, please. It's such a fucking joke. Anyway, good question. You skipped one, by the way.
Did I?
In the quotes, those are two separate questions.
Oh, it said I could pick one, but
oh, never mind.
Fine.
You didn't want to pick the one that was about me.
Okay, fine. GC's excellent video withstanding. What games are you happy to have pushed yourself into finishing? Let's see. I'm trying. There's one I had like last year. It was one of those Kodaka games. Oh, Shoot and Order. Like, I thought Shoot and Order was like a 5 out of 10 for most of the experience up until the ending. That was so good. It brought the whole game up to like a 7. And I was actively like, I love this game because of the ending and because they locked in at the ending.
Okay.
But I did not have fun playing most of it.
It's kind of a weird one, but it's just because it's so long. But oh my god, wait a minute. Lose my train of thought. What is it called? Zero Escape Academy or whatever. Is that what it's called? What am I thinking of? Jesus.
Zero Escape.
Danganronpa?
No. Is it
the Kodaka game that came out last year? I don't know why I'm blanking.
100 Line?
100 Line. Oh my
100
god.
Line.
Jeez. Yeah.
I still haven't beat that.
There's still a few routes I haven't seen, but I played I've done most of them now, and I'm at like 200 hours. And I'm glad.
Oh, well, that's
what?
You finished it, right?
No,
like that counts.
I mean, did you do the true ending?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then yeah, it counts.
But I'm glad I pushed through it.
Mostly, I'm like, I really just want to like do everything just to say I did. But boy, are those not all created equal.
For
Some
me,
of those roots are bad.
For me, the most recent experience I had with that was, I guess, not pushing myself to finish it, but pushing myself to play it was Pirate Yakuza.
Mm.
I had almost basically I have written it off now, but I'd almost basically written off the entire series when that game came out. And then I kind of like had to for quote unquote work. And I'm very happy that I did, because that turned out to be a great send off to the entire series as a whole.
This is a
See,
surprising
and you'll be
game,
saying the
honestly.
same thing about Stranger Than Heaven.
Yeah, I'm not playing that.
Isn't that out this year?
No, it's
Or is that next year?
February or something, I think.
Oh, okay. Wait, if it is actually February and they're doing the same fucking thing with a brand new RGG game put right next to a fucking Persona remake that will definitely sell more, I'm going to lose my mind.
It's January 15th.
Oh, okay. It's close enough,
Yeah.
but like, I think they learned, it's like, yeah, maybe you'd stagger them by like a month between each other. All right. Any other responses to that, or no? I think we got everyone.
So.
That's it.
All right. Noog364 asks, what would your wrestling entrance music / song be? Number 1 from Bleach.
You're such a
You have to admit though, that's a good wrestling
the
intro
recency
song.
bias is so strong.
Have you heard it?
No, I don't remember.
Go listen to it
goes.
right now. Stop everything.
Okay.
Go listen to that.
Number 1, Bleach. OP.
By the way, specifically the bankai version.
Okay, number 1, Bleach bankai version. Number 1, number 1, bankai. Yeah, that's a pretty good intro.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll give it to you. Recency bias wins this time.
Mine's a little kitschy. I'd do Rufus's welcoming ceremony from Final Fantasy VII.
Oh. It's not bad. The remake or the original?
I like both, but probably original, I think.
I would probably go with, and I know people don't like this song, but I think it would make a great wrestler intro. And it would be Absolute Zero by Stone Sour. Because it has one of the best like kick-ins or whatever you call it, where it's like it's just the guitar playing like a quick riff before the drums kick in. And if you heard that in a stadium and you knew who it belonged to and you liked that wrestler, you would lose your fucking mind. And then, you'd have to run. It's the kind of song where it's like you got to run to it. So it's like the entrance would never be me walking down the ramp. It would always be like an ambush entrance. And there you go. And that's all she wrote.
That's all she wrote.
Question.
We're done. We're free.
I'm thinking of my favorite wrestling opening right now.
I'm thinking of Bleach.
I believe it's Randy Orton's.
thinking
I'm
of
so
Bleach
sorry
too,
if I got that
honestly.
wrong.
Yeah.
I hear voices
hurry up and
in
read
my
Bleach.
head. They talk to me. They understand. Oh no, they counsel me. I don't remember the lyrics. How embarrassing. Anyway, folks, thank you so much for watching or listening to the podcast this week. If you know where to find us next time, then you're already here. If you don't know where to find us, well, make a note, bookmark us, subscribe to us, like our video, post it somewhere on a post-it note or in a notepad document, the link if you're kind of old-fashioned like that. Until next time, we'll see you then.
Stay crispy.
Bye.
I'm trying that one out. Because we're burnt. It's not bad.
You kind of,
It's okay.
it's giving a little bit of a It's getting a little bit of like an early 2000s.
I don't care.
Kind
We're
of,
all
it's
on
kind of
trend.
Juggalo-ish.
I don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, you can't just say that like, oh
It's
yeah, that's idealistically opposed to everything you believe in, huh?
It's kind of like 2008 Philip
That's
DeFranco
weak
coded,
criticism.
to be honest. But you know, we'll work on it. It's a little bit Red and Link. It's like kind of not the vibe we're going for.
I thought you said it's a little bit Reddit. I was like,
It is
like,
a little bit
damn,
Reddit.
you got me. No, you
But-
can't. No, you didn't say it. You can't claim that now.
It's a little bit of Tumblr post that does not age well.
You're trying
sort of
too
thing.
hard.
A little bit My Immortal.
You're trying too hard. You're being Reddit.
Have a good night, folks.
Night.
Bye.
Stay crispy.